So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but you don't.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in, but it's time now. You ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in. fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings and rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings and rise from the ashes. Spinning globe, cold blue map, pixel clouds, runway town, checklist time. Content. Throttle forward, engines hum. Every checkpoint, here we come. like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out. Tonight we gonna let it out. Tonight we gonna let it out. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it out. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out. Tonight we gonna let it out. Tonight we
Hello, baby. Hello, SimFans. Happy Wednesday night. Welcome back to the live stream. Grab your snacks, secure your tray tables, friends, and please ensure all emotional baggage is stowed beneath the seat in front of you, Maple. Tonight is a big one, friends. We're officially debuting the brand new ProDeskSim Boeing 737 compact overhead lights and engine start panel. That's the thing up in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Now, complete with backlighting that makes you feel like you're, actually in a cockpit, or at least you're about to accidentally flip something that costs $40,000 on a real airplane, maybe more. I don't know, friends. I get it, yeah. And that's not all. We're also showing off the B7X7 2-engine fuel cutoff, which also has the auto brake, the parking brake, the stab trim panel, which is basically the Boeing version of I dare you to touch this switch and see what happens. Now, I'll be giving you my first impressions, friends. What I love, what could use some polish, and all the spicy thoughts that come with this brand new immersive hardware that we're checking out tonight. Now, for tonight's flight plan, and you can see it below, I'll put it back there again for you, CP65. We're departing the legendary Los Angeles International Airport. That is KLAX, cruising over to the neon glow of the Harry Reid International Las Vegas, courtesy of Fly Tampa. I love their scenery. You all love their scenery. Yes, they're good friends. And then continuing on to the beautiful chaos that is San Diego International Airport. That is actually one of the hardest landings. That was like the top 20 hardest approaches out there for commercial airliners, which is pretty amazing. I don't think it's that difficult, but we'll see how it goes tonight. Maybe it will be. What do you think, Real CFF? Still call that airport McCarran International. I know, man. It's hard for me to get over that, right? It's been that way for so long, and then they changed the name. Now, as for the hardware lineup, other than the ProDeskSim stuff, we've got the winctrl PAP3, the EFIS, and the FCU. I also had the PFP, but I'm not sure what's going on, but the display isn't working. The buttons work, but the display isn't working. I'll get into that. I don't know. It could be a conflict with MobiFlight, because you do need MobiFlight to run the ProDeskSim stuff, kind of like some of the other vendors out there. They use the MobiFlight stuff, but I'm going to get into that. How do you get 2 or more panels running outside of the one? And there was an update. Those of you that use MobiFlight, do you use MobiFlight? Tell me in chat. There was an update for it, and there's a more of a graphical user, or an enhancement, interface. And there's something different now instead of merging the stuff. But I'll talk about that in a little bit once we get up in the air. We also have the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. Now check this out, friends. I'm going to go ahead and show you my display. I used 3M command strips, so you can see I've got the, this works awesome for the Honeycomb, so you can see I've got the ProDeskSim add-on levers, I almost said levers, for the 737. Then I've also got the overhead panel here, right on top. I just applied this to, with 3M command strips. Check this out underneath. Now I can zoom in, and let me do that. So I zoom in, you can see here's the underneath part with the fuel cutoff. They actually have a plate that mounts up underneath for those of you that have the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. You can get in there a little bit closer. I don't want to mess this up because I wanted. I've got my stand set up just perfect. But anyway, we're checking this out. That again is the fuel cutoff, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner. That's the lower left image there. And then of course we've got the awesome, amazing ProDeskSim overhead panel for the Boeing. So I've got all my light switches and everything there, which is kind of fantastico. So we're checking this out. But I've got these mounted using command strips right on top of my Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. Works out pretty well. So I just wanted to highlight that for you all. Let's see. There we go. Try to get this thing from falling down. There we go. All right, there. Can you all see that? Yeah, you can see it. So we got that going on, which is nice. I really like the lights. Yes, it's got the backlight there, Captain Howdy. This is $200, and you could argue that's a little pricey. Yeah, and it's basically 3D printed, but actually it works really well. It adds to the immersion. I like the little ProDeskSim emblem right there, or the decal. Backlight, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'll get it eventually. Yeah, but I do. Yeah, I agree, Captain Howdy. It's nice to have that backlight. It's nice. It's fancy. What am I trying to do here? There we go. Route. Anyway, we're gonna get back into that, friends. But anyway, I want to show you that really quick. But I've got those connected up to the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, as you saw with the 3M command strips. Awesome stuff. Those things are magic. You could probably put them on our... I don't know. You could probably mount about anything with those things. They're just durable as all get out. But anyway, so we're going to go to Las Vegas, like I said, and then we're going to do a second leg, and we're going to fly back to San Diego International Airport, as I mentioned. 3 airports, 2 legs, 1 simmer, trying not to embarrass himself, which is hard. Right, Jerry. Jerry, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Grumpy Gamer in the house. Good to see you guys. I'm also using TPR pedals. I am not going to do the foot cam tonight, so Maple, you get out of that one tonight. I know you're disappointed. Now, before we spool up the engines, it's time to recognize our legends here, hanging out and chat with me and the rest of you flying along tonight in the sim and in chat. So let's give it up first and foremost to those of you that joined us in chat, and if you just type something, I'll do a shout out to you. That's all you got to do. Just say something. Just say something. But first of all, it's Bats is in the house. Bats, let's give it up to Bats. Good to see you, Bats. CP65's in the house, along with Steve Mallon says looking forward to tonight's stream. Had a gig with my band. Oh, you're in a band. That's right. Saturday night. And was hoping to catch the second half of the stream, but didn't happen. No worries, man. Steve's good to have you back here. Steve, I'm trying to remember. What do you play? Do you play the guitar, Steve? I play the drums, you know that. But good to have you here, Steve. No worries on missing part of the stream last time. We're just glad to have you. Anytime we can get any of you in here, it's a delight. We also got Maple Leaf says, hey, hello, Maple. Good to see you, Maple, along with Captain. Howdy. Let's give it up to Captain in chat. And CP65, I already did a shout out to you, didn't I? We also have in here Justin Mercer. Good to see Justin. Everybody give Justin a shout out in chat. Eagle Sky Evo in the house. Eagle, it's good to see you. Welcome to the stream, along with Almost Aaron. Give it up. Give it up. Mark Griffin in the house. Let's give it up to Mark. Mark, how you doing, sir? Good to see you, along with Big Steve says hello, Blue Skies. Hello, Big Steve. And we also got Tombstone Kid. Tombstone, what's up? What's up, buddy? What's up? And the real CFF, not to be confused with the fake CFF that's out there. I don't know. But the real CFF is with us. Good to see you, real CFF, along with SoCal Jerry, our latest moderator. Welcome to the team, Jerry. You're all part of the team. I mean moderator team. You know what I meant. Welcome, buddy. The Grumpy Gamer again. Welcome, Grumpy Gamer. Good to see you, Grumpy. Grumpy. He's a little grumpy. And Test Pilot N911RG says something. There you go. Test Pilot N911RG. Good to see you. Along with TJ Turner says hello all. Hello, TJ. And we got Colonel Indiana Long Nuts. That's good to see you, Colonel. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream, man. It's good to see you. We also have Chris Mooney. Let's give it up to Chris in the house. Chris, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, says Mr. Sim. Welcome, Chris. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you all. And Bats, LRM, I got LRM going. Thank you, sir. And let's check out who all is in here. I think I saw Maple Leaf. I definitely saw Bats scrambling around there. We've got, this is actually a busy airport, so believe it or not, friends, not everybody is with us. But we got Sampled Feline in here. TJ Turner, Maple Leaf, Captain Howdy's fine with us. We got Almost Aaron, again, Bats over there. And anyone else that might have snuck in that I might have missed, my apologies if I missed you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this going, friends. We'll turn down the music, and I do have this aircraft pre-flighted. I've got the system, the FMC programmed. You'll be happy to know, friends. So it won't take me, hopefully, as long. But we'll see. I'll talk to you soon, and then it'll backfire on me, of course. Anyway, friends, I am SimFanatic, your host for tonight's Insanity. Welcome to the live stream. Happy Hump Day. It's good to see you all. I think I spit on my microphone. There we go. Little Foo Young. Friends, it's so good to see you. Let me go ahead and get that image up. But we are checking out the ProDeskSim. We want to say thank you to our friends over at ProDeskSim for sending this our way. Is their stuff perfect? No, but whose stuff is perfect? Right? Mine certainly isn't. Well, anyway, I digress, friends. But it's so good to see you, everybody. I always makes my night when I get to see Mrs. Cincinnati come through the doorway and my kids. And then, of course, all of you, a close third, fourth, and whatever, so on and so on. But, friends, it's so good to see you all. And Chris Mooney says, especially a broken flap lever. Yes, sir. I had that problem as well. Actually, I've got multiple flap levers. And as you can see, Chris, I've got the flap lever over here. And what I think what you're talking about, Chris, is it just pulls right off. I've had that as well, and but they sent me a replacement. Are you the one that actually posted? And I mentioned opening a ticket, and you said you had a ticket open with ProDeskSim. Let me know if you get taken care of, because gosh darn it, if my friends, if my followers and viewers aren't getting taken care of, well then SimFan's gonna have to just step in, and then he'll tell them what's what, and then they'll say, yeah, take a ticket. I don't know, but anyway, I'll do what I can, brother. To any of you, right? I mean, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. SoCal Jerry says, hello, everyone, and welcome. Steve Mounds welcoming you as well. Tombstone Kid says, I said tombskin. That's bad. Says Nada, and then we got Miss Baragaria Maserati says hi. Hello, Miss Maserati. Anyone that's a friend of Maserati is a friend of ours, right, friends? Turn and Burn in the house. Let's give it up to Turn and Burn in the house. What's up, buddy? Okay, I better get started or people are going to start getting bored. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the volume. And let's zip on down here. And, of course, we're flying the Southwest livery as it cleans up. It's like, what I got frost on there? Nope, I don't have frost on there. But we have the Southwest 737-700 PMDG as, wow, look at that. The jetway, who's driving this jetway? They just rammed it into our fuselage. That's not good. But anyway, we are going to jump into it, friends. And let's start talking about this panel and checking it out. Howdy, everyone. Hope all are well tonight. Thank you, Turnenberg. We are doing well, at least some of us, hopefully all of us. It's good to have you here along with the crew. So let's talk about the panels and that. So one of the things that we're going to go through, and I can certainly zoom in if it would help, but I like this zoomed out. But I've got the panel here. And how many of you if you want me to like zoom the camera in on this, let me know. It's going to take a little bit of extra time just because my other camera failed right before the stream, as always. And but I can adjust it if you want to see a close-up of this, because we are highlighting it. But anyway, you're going to see the buttons and the lights and the knobs and the thingamajiggers all switch as I go through them. And trust me, it works. GSX, yes, sir. GSX is, I actually got to get that up and running. And we are using, as you can see here, Flow Pro. So there's GSX right there for you, Colonel. Get that loaded up here. There we are. I'll go ahead and close that down. Miss Maserati says, tomorrow's my birthday, and to celebrate, I went to the Queen Mary, currently in my hotel room, as I will be returning home tomorrow night on my private 707. Wait a minute. Private 707? Private 707? Are you kidding me, Miss Maserati? That is awesome. Well, you know, we definitely have some of us that are more privileged than others, but we do appreciate you. Are you pulling my chain? A wabang? I don't know, but that's awesome. That is awesome. TJ Turner says, I'm not sure why I'm showing up in the Siberian cargo plane, but I'm in the 737-800 Southwestern Airlines. Good to know. Good to know. But we are glad to have you here, Miss Maserati, and that sounds amazing. Queen Mary, that's actually pretty fancy deal. And tomorrow is your birthday. We're going to have to sing happy birthday to you later. I'll have to get my vocal cords all ready for you. Maybe I can, like, hum a tune or three. All right. Captain Howdy says, welcome, Miss Baragaria Maserati. I don't know. I totally butchered that, I'm sure. But it's good to have all our friends here, newcomers and old, and in between. Appreciate you all being here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, let me know, friends, and then Captain Howdy says happy birthday. Happy birthday, too! Let's give it up to Miss Maserati. It's her birthday tomorrow. Little pre-birthday party, if you will, for you. Whoops, I hit the wrong one. There we go. There you go, 707. Private 707. That is awesome. That is awesome. I've left my private... I've got a private 707 as well, Miss Maserati, but it's... It's not an airplane. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, I digress. So we are going to go ahead and jump into it, friends. Let me get my checklist going here. Checklist. Where did you go? There you are. All right. There we go. Long Beach, nice. Okay, so I am at the checklist before start. Okay, so actually I got to roll back a little bit because I wanted to show you all me flipping the switches and doodads and things like that, because that's, you know, what you came here for, to see kind of some of that as we highlight this thing. So first of all, wheel well light and that. So I'm going to go up here and you're going to see me right here. We've got all these panels. Again, this is by MobiFlight. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Just bear with me for a sec. And that's why you came here, right? Okay, so we've got all these switches, and what I do like about this thing is the switches all work. Again, you've got to be running MobiFlight for this to work. But first, we're going to go ahead and go over to the right here, and we are going to go ahead and enable our wheel well. So we're going to go ahead and flip this down. You can see that worked. Wheel well down. Now, this is all plastic. This is actually 3D printed, all plastic Colonel Indiana long nuts. You know, there are some metal pieces like behind here, but majority of this is plastic, very light, but it's very effective. It does work, but don't kind of go into it thinking you're going to have this heavy hunk of metal. It's not, but it's very effective. It does work. Okay, so we've got the wheel well. Let's go ahead and turn on our logo light. Logo light coming on, and then we're going to go ahead. For, you know, shits and grins, we'll go ahead and do the wing light. So wing light coming on, and as you can see, that's all. And I've got, again, the 3M command strips holding this thing up, so in place. So that's kind of nice. It's decent. Okay, with that being out of the way, next thing we want to do is, I've already got the payload, everything, the recirculating fans. Like I said, everything is ready to go. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to continue on with some of the wind control stuff. So we'll check that out. So master caution, all that stuff, I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get the APU. So you'll notice it also has the APU switch. So see, I'm kind of out of sequence because I wanted to like wait for all of you to be here so we could go through this together, okay? See, it's all together. It's about being together. So first and foremost, we got to go and get the fuel pump on because I got all the stuff FMC already programmed, Steve. Chances of that are good. What's that? Watch him break something. You sons of guns. All right, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're gosh darn right. And I was with you on that, Steve. Okay, so fuel pump forward number 1. So we're going to go over here, forward number 1. And now one thing that does not work on this thing that I'll show you and I'll demonstrate right here. So we got the APU. We're going to go start. So this part works because you got the start down here. So you notice we got the off switch here. We try to keep my big paws out of the way as I flip these switches. But we're going to go ahead and you're going to see that go down, the APU. And just kind of follow where I'm going. I'm right here in the cockpit. Okay, so we're going to go start, okay? And that's fine. The start does work, but here, watch what happens. Notice it doesn't pop back up, okay? So, like, if you see here in my virtual cabin, or my cockpit, you notice it's still on start, and it's not up. There it goes. Now, I pushed it down once again. Now it came up. So just something to be aware of. I've only used this thing like maybe twice. 2 times. 2 times tops, Jerry. So just something to point out that it does kind of stick down so you can hit it again and then it comes back up. But we can see that the APU is going. And by the way, I've got the Boris Audio Works for the 737, but I do have it disabled right now so you can all hear the original PMDG 737-700 in all of its glory with the refresh of the audio and all the sound packs so you all can hear it for yourselves on what it actually sounds like if you were to go and buy this plane today without any add-on for the sound. Okay. All right, so that's fired up. It's fired up, and then we've got the APU lights going blue, so we're going to go ahead and flip over to those, and you can hear that little knocking noise. Hey, we got Bats, a member for 24 months. Thank you, Bats. You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. Appreciate it. Illinois comes out tomorrow for ATS. Let's go. Hey, have you been watching some of it? I watched our good friend Jeff Fabiano.
Illinois comes out tomorrow for ATS. Let's go.
Let's go. Jeff Fabiano is a highlight. Did you see that, Bats? there's been quite a few things out there, but Illinois does look pretty tasty, my friend. Anyway, I digress. I don't know where that came from. I do. It's me. Anyway, so we've got the APU started and running. We've got the generator over to APU gen, so that's good. Next thing we need to do is switch on our bleed. So get you some air back there, Jerry. There's the bleed for all of you. And we can hear the... Can we hear it? Yeah, we can hear the wind, the air coming in. Wind. Bleeds are on. Let's go APU on the AC voltmeter. APU gen right up there. And then master caution, we're going to go ahead and hit that. So it turns that off. And there we go. That is it. So we've got our APU going. And as you can see, that all worked fine and dandy with that. It's just a little thing where it gets stuck and you just hit it down again. It pops back up. This actually is spring loaded, so it pops back up to the on, which is nice. You just have to hit it again. It's a whole registry mapping thing that happens with the Microsoft Flight Simulator. No surprise there. Right. Next thing, altimeter set. So we're going to go over here to our altimeter. No one is excited for the Illinois as Johnny is, right? SoCal? No kidding. All right, we're going to go over here. And we're going to go to Performance Tool. We're going to go Import Weather. And it did drop a 0.04 in HG. So we got 30.04. So now what we're going to do, friends, is we are going to turn on our FCU. We're going to check out the EFIS from WinCtrl. Our good friends over at WinCtrl. Friends of mine, indeed. They are great people. Not just because they send stuff, but because it's so great, right? So let's go ahead and set our altimeter. What did I just say? 3004. And this one actually is for the 737 MAX, and then the one way over to the right I have unplugged because they conflict. That's one thing they got to fix. They conflict if you have them both plugged in like I do. I wish they would work together regardless of what plane you're in, but I've got the right one unplugged so it doesn't conflict. So anyway, we're going to go over to barometer here, and we're going to set this to 3004. Now you can hold that, and it'll just climb up. And 3004, and actually they're synced. So if we go over here to our first officer, you can see that's 3004. So that is set, which is nice. Now we gotta get our initial altitude set. So if we look over here, now we're gonna use the FCU to get our initial altitude, which is actually gonna be our cruise altitude. And I believe, what did I have for this? Somebody type in !FP because my memory's not so good. I don't remember what I had for that. I've got a script somewhere. Where the hell's my script? Where's my damn script? Where the hell's the smelt? There we go. Okay, so we are, let's see, flight level 290. You're talking from a walkie-talkie, so we're going to go 290, and you can see me just plugging this in. So we're just going to keep turning that until we get to 290, and I went by it. There we go. Flight level 290. There we go. See, Jerry? Even I can do it. All right. Now that is done, Bats, and the rest of yous, heading takeoff runway. I think we're taking off a runway 26. Thank you. Thank you, Bats. We're taking off a runway 24 left. So what we're going to do is we're going to just plug in 24 on our heading. So 240. So we're going to go over here. God, I love this thing. You just sit here and turn knobs all night. That's all I got to do. Love it, Steve. Stay unscripted. There you go, Steve. I know, right, buddy? You got that right, man. You guys are, you guys have great advice. Okay, so we got that set. Next thing, elevator trim. I think I already have that set. If we go down here, I should have this over above. Where the hell's the trim wheel? Oh, here we go. Right here, and yeah, because I was like 519 or something like that, so we're good there. Turning knobs, exactly, Jerry. All right, elevator trim, and we want set to V2 speed. So if we go down here, and we go right here, and we go over to perform initialization reference takeoff. V2 is 133, so let's go ahead and go up here. We're going to go ahead and set this indicated airspeed to 133, and just like that, we're at 133. Okay, yaw damper can come off, so let's go up top. Yaw damper, we'll go ahead and turn that guy off. We are doing ATS this Friday for Friday Night Shenanigans. I think I'll be there, Jerry and Bats, because I got to do the whole Sim panel and highlight that panel we got from them, which is awesome. I like it a lot. All right, window heat coming on. Oh, actually, fuel pumps can come on. Let's go ahead and get the fuel pumps on. So these lights, low pressure lights, can come out. Maple says yeah. Window heat coming on. Let's go ahead and go up here. You're going to see these green lights coming on right in a row. So I hit those on. We're not going to worry about wing and engine anti-ice, but hydraulic pumps can come on. These two center ones, these lights should go out, and they did. That's good. Flight altitude to set, and we're going to go up to flight level 290, so we're going to get this set. And then let's check out, what do we have for an altitude at Las Vegas? Let me go to my, unless somebody has it, they want to just drop it in there, but. All right, I think it says 2,200 feet. So we got 2,200 feet. There, 2,200 feet. We're good to go. All right. 2,200 feet. And so that initial flight altitude, landing altitude. Now, flight directors, here's the other thing, which I think is kind of cool with the wind control stuff. We've got these little metal switches. So you can see I did the flight director there. I just pointed to my virtual cockpit like you could see it. And then we got a right one too. First officer, go ahead and turn that one off. So we're good, or on rather. 2,200 feet, thanks Captain Howdy. So we got the flight directors and now LNAV and VNAV. And so we're gonna go ahead and enable those. So you're gonna see right here, I've got LNAV, click, and VNAV. And we're gonna see those come on green within our wind control stuff, as well as our virtual cockpit. So that's working. Here we got auto brake. Here we go. I love this. So that panel, the fuel control cutoff down below. I don't know if you can't see that. Can you see it now? Here. So here we got the panel down below. So this is the other piece from ProDeskSim. Now watch this. So I'm going to do RTO. See that switch? RTO. And then like we can do our auto brake. So when we're coming in, and do like the actuation feels pretty good on this, even for being 3D printed. It actually feels pretty good. So there is our other panel from ProDeskSim. Vegas, baby. Exactly, SoCal. Vegas, baby. Yeah. All right. So good to go there. And I think we're about ready. Auto brake set, ground connections we can go ahead and remove. Let's go down here. And we're going to go to ground operations. Here's our ground power. We're going to go ahead and release that ground power. And do we still have that? It's still there. Okay. Release the jetway connection. We'll go ahead and click that as that pulls away. All right, perfect. Parking brake. This is the other thing. Why is it coming back on and attaching to us? Notice you got the red light here. So this is the other thing I like about this thing. It actually does work. So you can see it's on right there. So we want to make sure it's on, and it is. So the next thing is we've got the parking brake set. Now let's go ahead and remove our chocks. So we're going to go over here and remove chocks. Yes, Steve, we are headed to Las Vegas. Lost wages. There you go. All right, chocks are removed. And I think we're about ready for pushback, friends. All right, chocks are removed, and we are set. So I'm going to go ahead and call... Oh, I meant to do GSX. You know, keep all this stuff straight. It's amazing. Let's prepare for pushback and departure. And we're going to go ahead and turn off. We're going to use jetways, and we're going to use Southwest. Handling by Southwest, and it's going to load our Southwest tug. All that good jazz. And I'm going to leave this on so you can see me do the controls for the engines.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Get a better angle on this thing. There we go. Ready for pushback, friends. Here we come to save the day. In case you're wondering, again, the top panel
Completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Thank you. Is 199 US, and the this panel we're focused on right now that has a parking brake. It's got the fuel cutoff and the parking brake stab trim panel down here, the auto brake stuff. This one is $109. These are the one thing, they're a standalone. You do plug them into USB-C. They come with USB-C to USB-C, which is interesting. It's not USB-C to USB-A cable. They come with two USB-C to USB-C cables. And so get ready to use up some more ports on your USB hub. Did I tell you all I did buy a third USB powered hub? Holy shnikes, I've got a lot of hubs here. We got to. It's a good thing to have, though. It's a good problem to have, right? All this gear. Think they're getting us hooked up here? Eagle Sky says 1 hour, 20 minutes till I'm in KSAN. I'm sure you'll be headed that way at some point, yeah. Indeed, Eagle. All right, here we go. Quick edit pushback map. All right, here we go. I think we're about ready, friends. So we are going to pull back. Let's go right here. Wait, what? Clear. No. What the hell's going on here? All right. Go here, and then does that work? No, that doesn't work. Huh. It's not orienting my doodad. There we go. All right, save route.
Release parking brakes.
All right, so you're going to see me release the parking brake, and this is what you all came for, the excitement of releasing the parking brake. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to release this. There we go. Sometimes it takes a couple to register.
Clear. Start at will.
All right, here we go. Now we're going to hear these obnoxious noises. And I don't know, I think this is something that PMDG has to fix. All right, here we go. We're pushing back, and let's go ahead and start the engines. So we're going to go up top here. Pack's coming off. And then you're going to see me start the engines. And so let me move the panel view really quick. Okay, so we're going to go ground on the right. So then we're going to switch up to the ground. And we should start seeing our engine powering up, and we are. And I like the actuation also on the fuel cutoff panel. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to
Parking brakes.
induce fuel. So there we go, just right there. Set parking brake. We're going to set the parking brake. There we go.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
We'll give them a confirmation once we do have a good engine start. Steve says, I had a USB hub almost catch fire once? Not sure how it happened, but it started smoking. Are you kidding me? That's scary, dude. That is super duper scary. It's a feature, Steve, Colonel Indiana says. All right, she's starting up. Oh. Waiting for confirmation. Hey, SoCal Jerry. Year and a half Thank you, brother. Thank you for that support. Let's give it up to Jerry. Thank you so much, Jerry, for the 18 months of continued membership. Even commercial pilot, my friend. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Year and a half putting up with my shenanigans. Wow. Amazing. That's a feat in itself, brother. All right, we're going to go continuous. So I'm going to go over here, and we're going to go continuous since that started up. Obviously, this isn't going to snap back like it does in the real aircraft to off when the engine gets started. That's only common sense, I think. We're going to go ahead and tell them that we got a good engine start, so they shut up. So I'm going to go, whoops. Confirm good engine start. There we go.
We have a good engine start.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and start our left engine, so ground. There we go. All right, and we're going to go ahead and induce fuel.
Unlocking gear.
There we go. And we can see the fuel's going. Johnny Mon, hell of a guy!
Disconnected.
Look at him at number one.
Removed.
All right. So now that that's done, we can go on continuous. So we'll go continuous on our panel from ProDeskSim. And now that that's done, let's go ahead and get our generators going. There we go. Gen 1, Gen 2 on the engines. All right. And AC voltmeter, let's go ahead and do Gen 1 up there. Oops. Went to one too many. Gen 1. Now we can go APU bleed off. So we'll go ahead and turn the APU bleed off. There we go. Click. And let's see, APU bleed. Let's go ahead and do APU off, APU bleed off. And then we're going to go ahead and do the packs back on here. There we go. Get some air back for you. And then probe heat. Release the probes. Go ahead and get those on. That'll turn those lights off. I think they got this fixed finally where the probe lights are actually on and then you disable them. And, oh, bats is number one. Sorry. I only have a couple things I'm dealing with right now, Jerry. Okay, so we've got that, the bleed off, we got the packs running, probe heat is on. We're not going to worry about engine and anti-ice, and then we're going to go ahead and do flaps. So flaps to 5. And look at that, my flaps lever is working right now. Bats is number 1. I like this livery with the little orange caps on the cells there. Mrs. TPHI, how's it going, Mrs. TPHI? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Our friend, how are you doing? All right, now we can go ahead and do taxi lights on this thing. So we're going to go over here and do taxi lights. Where's the taxi lights? There we go, taxi lights on. You see that, those enabled. And I know typically we don't do runway turn-off lights right now, but I'm going to go ahead and do them on just because we can. So runway turn-off lights are on, and TCAS we're not going to worry about, and it's time to taxi, friends. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to move this back. How's that looking? All right, I think we're good. Perfect. All right, Captain Howdy, welcome to Commercial Pilot. Captain Howdy, really? After all these years, you finally joined on your own volition? Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Captain Howdy. Let's give it up to Captain Howdy. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. All right, I think we're ready to taxi finally. Taxi. And where the hell are we going again? We are going to runway 24 left. And so, okay, we're going to go. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Go ahead and get the parking brake off. And let's go. And we're moving. Hey, Sim 737 pilot is in the house. Welcome, Sim 737 pilot. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Looks like you came to the right place there, Sim 73. Wonder if my track IR is working. Yep. That was one of the things you all noticed with Sim Update 5, that they broke the disable track IR head tracking. They broke it. They done broke it. Make sure everything's working. Spoilers, good deal. Oh, look at that windsock. Oh, windsock, friends. There's Maple. Title of the song by REO Speedwagon is something you need to do, Symphanatic. Let me think. Good old REO Speedwagon. What is it? Hurry up? Oh, that is what happened. I was thinking I did something. Cheers, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Good gravy. I'm not used to doing the TPR pedals anymore with this plane. I'm usually running the wind control stuff, right? Gotta be time for me to fly. There you go. There we go. Evil Eagle Sky mentioned something about memory leak because we're taking off from LAX here, and obviously LAX is a little... it requires quite a bit of resources, so for those of you that shied away from starting, you could always start at Vegas if you want. You know what? Maybe... Maple, are you ready for takeoff? Memory leak on the consoles, yeah. And that's what I think Eagle said, right? He had a memory leak on his console, so I would see. But Maple Leaf is in here, and he's running on the Xbox console. So, god darn it, you know what? If you can make it work, Maple, Eagle can make it work, right? Maple says go ahead. Okay. It just said position and hold. KLAX from field there performs well for me. Nice, TJ. I mean, this one. Can't remember. I think I got the default one that comes with one of the world updates. I don't think I have the I&I builds one. Honestly, I don't remember. It's possible I have the I&I builds one. I don't think I do, though. I've got so many add-ons, I sometimes forget what the hell I have. All right, here we go. But it performs relatively well, I think. All right, friends, here we go. Go ahead and enable the parking brake. Parking brake enabled. I like that they have the red light here too. I think that's kind of neat that they have the red light here, you know. All right, so let's check everything. The upper right corner there is a black box because my rudder camera isn't working right now, but that's okay. You know, you all don't need this. I'll spare you my foot camera. I know you're all appreciative of that. Okay, so we are ready for takeoff. We're positioned and hold. And before takeoff, parking brake is set, auto throttle. So we're going to go ahead and set the auto throttle. I do like this part too. So this has a nice switch. So it's going to lock in place. That's a magnetic switch. I actually got that after they sent me the original FCU. Hi, Eric West says, just finished a trip into Vegas and it's windy as hell when you land. Thank you for that pie rep there, A-Rec. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. All right, landing lights are going to come on, so as you can see right here. Now this, what I like about it, has all four, so depending on what version of the 737 you have, it does have all four switches. Given this aircraft only has the two on the right, we're going to do the fixed lights. They don't retract. We'll get those on. So those are on. We'll go ahead and turn our taxi light off. Taxi light to off. Runway turn-on lights are on. Position lights, strobe and steady. This does come up just like the regular position strobe light. So we go up top. And then I think that is it. We already got the wing light on, and so we're going to go ahead and turn on our transponder, our TFC, and all that good stuff. Chronometer, that can come on. And transponder is right down here. We are doing an ILS, by the way, this first run. TARA on here, and I think we are good to go. Okay, here we go. Clock is set in. All right, let's go. We're going to turn and burn. We got to take off, then we're going to go left. Okay, here we go. Brakes off, and 40%. Oh, God. Should have known that was going to happen. Here we go, 40%. All right, and toga. For pressure, I am running the TCA Boeing yoke. No VAT sim right now, Sim 73.
V1, rotate.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Oh, look at Bats right over there to the right. Push that nose down a little bit. All right, we're going to go Command A. Flaps at 1. And let's watch our plane take a left turn here. Hopefully. There we go. And coming up. Got an FMC unable to next altitude. Okay. Let's go down to our legs. 10,000 at Clipper. Yeah, we're not going to hit 10,000 at Clipper, I don't think. And we are away, friends. Look at our friends down there. We got almost Aaron, Sample Feline right there, Bats right along with us. The rest of you taking off. TJ Turner, I see you back there. Maple Leaf. Noah, is Noah with us? Several of us together. It's hard to say. You know, we go to these more heavy traffic Class B airports like LAX. There's a lot of others. There's Captain Howdy Turn and Burn down there. Majority of us are here. We're taking over LAX tonight, friends. No VAT Sim, no Say Intentions, no Beyond ATC is correct, Jerry. I have a Say Intentions t-shirt. I should wear that, but I figured I better not wear that, Jerry, and the rest of you until I'm actually using it. It'd be like, so you're wearing the Say Intentions t-shirt, but you're not using Say Intentions? What's wrong with you, sir? I know what you would all be saying already, so I'm going to wait until I'm actually using Say Intentions, right? CP65 says, are we there yet? We're closer. That's the good news, CP. We are closer. By the way, I am so behind on everything. Like, this week has been crazy, so I went out to eat. It was actually nice. I went out to eat with my daughter. We went to Chili's. I got the biggest hot cup of fat I think you could ever get. I literally, it was like the worst meal. It was a good meal, but it was the meal with my daughter was great. It was great to be with her. But in terms of what I ate, you couldn't eat worse food, honestly. I was like, oh my gosh, I had this honey chipotle big chicken breast. The thing was bigger than my head. Tons of breading. My hands I couldn't even enjoy it because I couldn't have like a civilized conversation with my daughter. My hands are all sticky. I've got stuff all over my face. My napkin was probably, half the napkin probably peeled off onto my lip because everything stuck to me. And I'm like trying to have a serious conversation with her. Meanwhile, I'm just like, can I have a wet wipe? So finally the server came over, gave me like about 10 wet wipes so I could get myself at least somewhat cleaned up. And then it came with that. It came with mac and cheese with uber goo and French fries. Now, it didn't stop there. Then my daughter's like, Dad, we need to get one of those skillets with the chocolate chip big-ass cookie. So I'm like, all right, hon, we can do that. So we got the skillet and ice cream, obviously hot fudge, I didn't have too much of that. I had like maybe 4 bites of it. I literally came home and I'm like, my gut is just in shambles. So I meant to get like, look at how our aircraft is just going all over the place. Did I hit the yaw damper? Yeah, we did. Anyway, I get home and I feel god awful. I feel terrible, and I'm like, I meant to get like the stream schedule. Did you all notice I didn't get the stream schedule until like late last night for tonight? I just felt god awful. I ended up just falling asleep on the couch and digesting the food, and then I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to bed. Usually I'm working on Monday night to get the stream stuff set up, but oh my gosh, I felt like such a fat slob after eating all that. It was just amazing. It tasted good, but yeah, 15,000 calories is about right, Jerry. Is about right, my friend. It's crazy. Man, that was a lot of turn and burn right there, turn and burn. All right, now that we are up in the air, I'm going to go ahead and set my left FMC. We're going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit. So if you look here, because we got the wind control, and so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to set this to 40. So we're just going to do 2-3 clicks up till it says 40, and then now we can zoom out a bit, just like that. We're going to go over to the right, and since, unfortunately, the wind control conflicts with the 3M and the 3N, the one on the right is actually the 3N we should be using. I'm using the 3M because it's on the left, and I can more easily access it. But I can't change this because I don't have it plugged in because it conflicts, so I just got to go up here and actually do 80 over there. How quaint, right? I know. But I need to give some more feedback to my contact over at Wind Control about, making those mesh together, work together. Hey, Big Al, how's it going? Big Al, let's all give a shout out to our good friend, Big Al. Big Al, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Are you working on keeping our good friend Ols Flight Simmer honest, Big Al? Real CFF, dude, thank you so much for the $2 dono, brother.
I'm sure your toilet felt even worse.
Oh, yes, sir. $2. Yeah, thank you for the $2 dono, man. I appreciate it. I'm sure your toilet felt even worse. Not that night, mind you. I don't want to get too personal, but sometimes that has the opposite effect for me. But anyway, we'll leave it at that, Real CFF. But let's give a shout out to Real CFF again for the $2 dono. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're a gentleman and a scholar, my friend. All right, and so we've got 2 hops tonight, 2 legs. Look at Captain Howdy now that he can do the orange whips. Appreciate your membership tonight there, Captain Howdy. Now he can finally do that. By the way, we got to do standard pressure because we're at 3004. So let's go ahead and flip the switch. So we got the STD button here. So we're going to push that, and there we go, standard pressure. Don't worry, I'm not going to be childish tonight, Captain Howdy. Well, at least not for the time being, my friend. This is going to be a short hop both ways, right? So if we look over here on the right, I like to get this set up. So we'll go to progress. Top of climb's just in 27 nautical miles, so at 0130. And if we look at the clock, we're only like less than 3 minutes away. And then we're going to be like up and down and then flying in, and then we'll turn around. I did program the FMC completely. We'll see if it loads up. That's one thing I love about PMDG is you can you can save a panel state. Works great if you're streaming, and you can just do a quick turnaround because then I don't have to make you all wait while I program it. Right? Captain Howdy says, no, thank you, Symphonetic, for all you have done for bringing this community together. Thank you, sir. That's very kind of you. Captain Howdy, you threw me for a curveball there. I'm not always used to you complimenting, but I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. Very nice of you, man. Real CFF says it's coming out sooner or later. Bedrock is in the house, friends. Everybody in chat, welcome, Bedrock. Golf clap, Bedrock. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Bedrock says, make sure... Bedrock said, good evening, Symphonetic and chat. Good to see you. I think I just said that. Bat says, Wingman is here. Wingman is in the house. Wingman! Buddy, welcome, Wingman and chat. Good to see you, Wingman. Welcome. TNT is here. I play games. TNT, you changed your name, brother. Let's all welcome TNT in chat. It says STD Inspector here. Just make sure you're compliant. It is the real TNT, not the real CFF. Okay, I'll do it just because you're here, buddy. practicing on testing 1 2, testing 1 2, syphilis, testing 1 2, syphilis, STD. No, of course, what TNT is referring to, of course, is this button right here that says STD, and of course we have it on our wind control. Of course, here we practice safe flight. We got the STD button right here. Of course, that stands for standard pressure, not what you all think, but we kind of have fun with it, right? We have fun with it. Good to see you, TNT. How you been, man? Are you ready for Illinois being released on American Truck Simulator? Friends, some of you that don't know, TNT does a lot of streaming and does a lot of American Truck Simulator, and I bet Bats TNT is going to be doing the Illinois. Oh yeah, there he goes, Illinois. There it is. He is ready and willing and waiting. What I'm wondering, TNT, is do we get to do the stop and go traffic through Chicago? By the way, I don't know if this is true or not, but ChatGPT, I was doing this when we were on our way home through southern Chicago. We're like, what are the top 5 worst cities for driving for rush hour? Where would you all guess that Chicago, Illinois is at? And don't Google it and don't ChatGPT it. Let me see who can guess it. What number? And they are in the top 5. I'll give you that hint, everybody. Where do you suspect that Chicago for rush hour and traffic out of the entire nation? It's in the top 5. Where do you think it ranks? Okay, we obviously know all of you just searched it up. You all just searched it up. There's no way you all just did 3 there. Turn and Burn gave some plausibility by saying, I don't know, 3 or 4? I didn't just look it up. No, that's all good. Yes, 3, third. Third is correct. CP says I didn't. Third is correct. If you guys didn't cheat, you got it right. Third. It's horrible. LA, New York, and then Chicago is correct, Colonel Indiana Longnuts. You got it right, man. I don't know. What do you think, Bats? I mean, compare, because you're in LA, Bats, and so are you, Jerry, SoCal Jerry. Would you agree? I mean, Bats, you drove my Jeep when we were with Johnny Mon when we were doing Sim Gaming Expo in September last year, which, by the way, we're doing again this year. I already had George reach out to me. And boy, I can't wait for Flight Sim Expo. Man, that's right around the corner, Bats. I've got to get the business cards done. I know, man. Keep bugging me about it because I need all the reminders I can get. I get so busy, but we'll get that done. Third, just heard it on here from you. Big Al, there you go. Love it. It's pretty bad in both places, yes. It's terrible. Terrible. Terrible, I tell you. All right, when are we at top of descent, or top of descent? Why does it say 2 top of climb, 5.7? Should we already be descending? 5.7. What? Why is it telling us we're not at top of climb yet? Let's go back. Reset MCP altitude. Oh, maybe it was 3-0? Oh, 3-1-0. Whoops. That's what happened. 290. Execute. There we go. Top of descent has already happened, so we need to get down to Chinatown. My auto throttle won't stay armed. That's no good. All right. Now we've done it. And now we can go ahead and do the FCU. That's the problem. I'm not used to these quick turnarounds. I'm going to use this as we start our descent. And we're going to go about, let's go 3,200 to start. See if we can't catch up. All right, and we're landing on, what did I say? We are landing on runway 26 left. We'll do the ILS. 26 left. ILS-Y. We're looking at an intercept of 3,800 feet. So let's get the altitude set at 3,800 feet. There we go. And then let's look down here and go to legs. So N-Navy should be at 29. Oh, wait. I think we're fine. Are we fine right now? I might have... Maybe I jumped the gun on that. I think I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun. All right, let's go ahead and set it to 24,000 feet. There we go. We'll go back to VNAV. There we go. I think I jumped the gun. I got panicked because I thought we were over it. And check out altitude. Let's go ahead and do down to 230, and then let's see if we can enable VNAV here. All right. So we're supposed to transit. Yeah, we got to get to Meissen. So I'm way low. I messed that up. Runway is going to be 26 left there, Bats. I'm going to be doing the ILS-Y. But I prematurely went down. I didn't get my... I should have double-checked my target altitude. Two-six left, yes. I'm going to go ahead and raise this back to 2.4. Let's go 240. And we'll do level change. There we go, VNAV. And let's go ahead and we'll climb back up. Premature issues. That's right, Jerry. Leave it to me, my friend. Leave it to me, buddy. TNT just tipped $5. TNT, you son of a gun, you. Thank you, TNT. Look at that. Hey, let's give it up to TNT. TNT, thank you so much, brother, for the $5 dono. Oh, wait, we got to hear. Bitching Betty's going to talk.
Manny, look at the pelican fly. Come on, pelican.
Nicely done. Hey, thanks, TNT. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Everybody give him a shout-out in chat. I'll do the same. Give him some orange whips if you have them. Hell, I'm going to give you a few STDs for that, TNT. There you go, buddy. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Almost Aaron says speed. Yeah, I'm going a little slow, aren't I? Thank you again, TNT. Appreciate that $5 dono. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Meissen, and let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead now and drop this. What did I say, 3,800 feet? So we're going to go 38. Real CFF dropping in $10 dono. Real CFF, dude, thank you so much, man.
You're not gonna crash. The bad news is you're so far behind that airplane, you're just gonna come up on a smoking hole in the ground 15 minutes later.
You got that right, buddy. Hey, dude, thank you so much. Let's give it up to the real CFF, dropping in the $10 dono on top of the two. That's $12 total for the real CFF. Real CFF, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yes, I'm so far behind the airplane. Oh, my gosh. Well, and the fact that I'll make excuses, you know this, CFF, all night long, but boy, oh, boy. All right, let's see. Why can I not get caught up on this thing? There we go. Again, thank you for the $10 dono, Real CFF. I do appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. Very kind, very generous of you, my friend. Myson, flight level 240 or above. Oh, we're not there yet. Let's go altitude hold for now. I am so messed up right now, CFF and everybody. My gosh. We haven't crossed Myson yet. And we're actually, if you look at this, I've done fudged this up majorly. Right now, we're supposed to be at flight level 240 or above, and we're well below it. Because yours truly messed up. Like the real CFF said, I'm so far behind this plane. And that is for sure. Well, you know what? The good news is, friends, I've got a second leg where I can do better. What am I saying? We can pull this one out. We can make this work. 240, and then why does this say 25? So we're going to look at whatever at flight level 190 or above. I'm just going to try this again. 190. I'm going to set this to 190. And then that way we get a little closer to whatever. We'll go ahead and start descending down to that flight level 190 here. A second leg to stand on. Exactly right. Lord knows I need it, buddy. All right, whatever at 190. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and start descending a little bit. Not too crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to vertical speed, hit this, and then just go ahead and drop this down a little bit. You can see me do that. So we can go by about 550 feet per minute. Probably need a little bit. Let's see, we're only 6 point. We're going to need to drop down faster than that. So we'll go 1800. Roughly. There we go. So we're trying to get this green arc. That was about perfect. Wow. I can even fall backwards into that. So get that down there. So we get to flight level 190, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to hit whatever at flight level 190. So really we're looking at this. This is where we're going to hit 190 because we got this plugged in here. 1800. We're doing a little manual work here. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, damn it. Again, Real CFF, thank you for that $10 dono. Thank you to TNT for dropping in the $10 or the $5 dono. And then also the Real CFF for dropping in not only the 10, but the 2. Cheers, brothers. Appreciate you very, very much. See if I can't get myself undone here. Or fixed, or whatever you'd want to say. Now that's tracking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and set this back to 3800. Let's just see how this goes. Let's try to track this. See if we can't intercept that VNAV. Get that re-enabled, re-established. Check altitude target. So whatever, we should hit at about flight level 190 here. What's the whip tonight? Great question, SoCal. I'm actually, I have a little watermelon flavored Absolute vodka and some Diet Mountain Dew, if you believe it or not. It actually, and I've got it in the copper mug as you saw. It's essentially like a Well, I'll just go ahead and say it. It's essentially a, what do you call those? Gosh, I just lost it. What do you call them with the, oh, gosh, why am I'm having a brain fart here. What's it called? Where you do the ginger beer. Gosh, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Why can't I think of it? All right, can we hit VNAV now? There we go. VNAV, finally got it fixed. Now we got VNAV. We're intercepted, and now we can let our FMC take back over as we descend. What the hell? Moscow Mule is what I'm trying to think of. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Yes, thank you, Jerry. Moscow Mule. It's been a long week. We've had several systems go down at work, and it's just been a long week. Whatever it is, it'll be coming back out shortly. I guess. Leave it to you guys. All right, I think this is a good time as any to get stuff programmed in so I can try to stay behind the aircraft as best as I can, because I have been. That way I don't want to break precedent. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to... It's been so long since I've done this. INET ref 111.50. So we go down here. We're going to set this, and we're already there. Look at that. No, we're at... That's 110. 11150. Oh, actually, we got to switch this. So we got to go mode, ILS. There we go. And now we can actuate. We can change that over. And then we're going to do that over here as well. So you got to first do this mode thing. You got to hit this little up caret, ILS. Then we can type in 1150 and then switch that. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And I think that was right, Jerry? 1150, yeah, 11 and 259 on the course. So let's go ahead and set the course. While we're at it, we're going to set the course at that as well. So the course was 259. So we're going to go course, and then we're going to go over here and just go to the left and do 259 and get that programmed in just like that. Easy as peasy. Never heard of a Moscow Mule? Steve Mallon, you're joking, right? Bedrock, you're running a couple of minutes behind, says SoCal Jerry. Yeah, he's just helping me out. He just has to hit live now, right, Jerry? All right, standard pressure, so we're below flight level 180. I don't know if TNT's still monitoring me and making sure I'm saying the right things, but let's go ahead and check the weather. So weather, we're going to say arrival. KLAS, the weather is 2982. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to go STD button, and then we're going to go 2982. So we're just going to drop that down to 2982. There we go. And just double check that, make sure we got it right. 2982, we're good. Look at our plane rocking back and forth. If this plane goes a-rocking, don't come a-knocking, Jerry. You know what? I just realized I didn't turn off the landing light. There we go. Don't want those on until we get below flight level 100. Whoops-a-daisy. I'm screwing up left and right tonight. Well, it's par for course. It's par for course. Well, we'll get landed. We'll take a break while people come in for the landing challenge. And then we will get turned around and do our second leg. And again, thank you everybody for joining, and thanks for all those donos, all of you being here, first and foremost. Appreciate you all being here and the support you give each other and me and the channel, the community. It is awesome. I can't wait to see you guys and gals at Flight Sim Expo 2026 in St. Paul, which is less than, can you believe it? It's less than a month away. Actually, 12th through the 14th as of yesterday. That's awesome. Can't wait to see y'all there. And those of you that can't make it, which I know most of you can't, we're going to be there. You can join us virtually, right? We'll be streaming live from there. We'll be doing the usual interviews. We'll interview winctrl. We'll interview Moza. We're going to interview Bluebird on their 757. Of course, we'll be interviewing many others. I think Say Intentions is going to be there. We'll interview them along with many others. And so looking forward to that. 1 month away exactly, Jerry. You'll be there, man. I'm so pumped for it. And I love the fact that I can just drive up. I'm going to go pick up my brother, B.A. Fish. We're going to drive up there. Get there sometime Thursday night. Jerry will probably have a orange whip or two, I'm sure. Interview Thrustmaster as well. They have some big announcements. Yeah. We interviewed them last couple years. Here we go. Steve Mound says, if it's held on the East Coast, I'll check it out. There we go. Winds are 220 at 16, gusting to 21. Thank you for that Pirate Captain Audi. Appreciate it. Yeah, a little old-fashioned. Maybe a couple old-fashions, Jerry, to start off the weekend right? Some good bourbon. Something good. Or Smirky.
The year is 1991. Birds and people.
All right, let's see how we're doing on our descent. I think we're doing all right.
One day, a young man catches fire. This
250 at 14,505. Looks like we're doing good. We're a little low, actually. Yes, Sim, old fashions. Absolutely, brother. Yes, sir. Can't wait. Love this scenery. What do you all think of Sim Update 5? You know, I haven't, honestly, I should knock on wood because I haven't had any problems, but I know some people have reported problems. I think most of the problems for those that are on Sim Update 5 that have at least been reporting them have been more towards the Xbox and PS5. I think the PC so far has been all right. So far, so good for me, knock on wood. Oh, Jerry, I know, right? Hope Silver is back to full health for the Expo. Absolutely, man. I did too. Only hope. CP says, Evan said today that they already have next year's location chosen, whatever that will be. That's actually kind of the fun as well, right, CP? To like find out where it's going to be next year. This is the closest it's ever been to me. Like 3.5 hours away. It's a dream. 3.5 hours away. It's like a hop, skip, and a jump, right? Like when it was in Providence last year, I flew Southwest, and I literally had to pick up 2 connecting flights to get there to Providence. So I flew out of Des Moines, flew into St. Louis, flew out of St. Louis to Charlotte, and then flew from Charlotte to Providence. It actually wasn't all that bad, but made for quite an adventure. But yeah, can't wait to see you all there, whether it's in person or virtually. I know you'll be there. Jerry says I flew direct from LA to Providence. Nice. That's right, but didn't you arrive late? Like you had didn't you have plane problems, SoCal? What did you fly? What airliner? It's like not your common airliner, right? I'm trying to remember what you flew. What was it that you flew, Jerry? All right, we're gonna zoom in a little bit here. So if you look here, and I'm going to put the FCU back on, and I'm going to zoom in here with that left EFIS to just kind of get that FMC zoomed in, as you saw right there. Breeze. Okay. Oh, look at that skyline, friends. Las Vegas. Who's ready to gamble? Speaking of, who's going to guess my landing rate? Who's going to get my landing rate? We should do like the Price is Right. Like, you got to guess it, but you can't go over. All right, here we go. All right, dropping down to about 11,000 feet. We're in the pipe. 5x5. Everything's looking good. Got her all corrected since I was way behind. I caught up finally, CP. And the real CFF. I finally caught up with the aircraft. Well, hopefully I can keep with it. Negative 112 says Eagle Sky. Captain Howdy's at negative 319. You guys split the difference, maybe? I mean, it's like that bad. I won the landing challenge last what was it, Saturday? Sunday? Whenever we flew last. The second landing challenge, Bats got me recorded as winning. I hardly ever win the landing challenge. I was so excited. I felt so good about myself, Captain Howdy. I went and I didn't even need the mirror, Captain Howdy. I got done and I was like, damn it, Symphonetic, you are worthy. Negative 43 to almost there. And hey, man, thank you. You're so kind. Yeah, but that was an Airbus, so I guess. No, was it? I was flying we were flying GA planes, weren't we? Or was that the Airbus? I can't remember. I thought it was a GA plane I won. I was flying the C208 from Black Square. I do, Jerry, I do have the LRM client going, buddy. I got it. And this plane has been rocking back and forth like nobody's business. There we go. There's beautiful skyline of Las Vegas. Again, this is the Fly Tampa scenery. And as many of you know, I just think they're one of the best for scenery developers. The new one, there you go. Yes, the latest update. GA isn't commercial, my friend. Did I say commercial? Okay. I meant GA. Let's go down here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enable the lights. So let's go ahead and do the runway turnoff. Well, we don't turn those on yet. Let's go ahead and do the landing lights. There's the landing lights coming on. Wing light coming on, and wheel well, and there we go. Rock and roll, rock and roll. .9.5. It is nice scenery, Steve. Absolutely. Love this scenery, man. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot recommend it enough to those of you that don't have the Las Vegas scenery from Fly Tampa. It's probably one of their better scenery packages. Certainly not the best, but it's one of the better ones. They're all good, though. They're all good. I don't think there's a single scenery package by Fly. I just wish, the thing is, I wish Fly Tampa came out with scenery more regularly because it's just so good. But it's probably why they don't, because they perfect it, right? Let's hope the roll doesn't happen on landing. There you go. Oh, approach VREF. Forgot to do that. Let's go do that. 128. Flaps 40, bruh. Is Maple still here? Flaps 40, bruh. I'm so used to the Airbus now, Captain Howdy and everybody. It's like, now I go to a Boeing, I feel like I'm a fish out of water. I'm serious. They are updating Vegas yet again. Nice. And that's the other thing I love about Fly Tampa. They keep updating their stuff. All right, let's go ahead and enter a notch of flaps. Stereo cockpit. Full volume. Again, we got all the doodads. Everything. We got the EFIS, the FCU, the PFP, although it isn't showing on the display. The buttons work, but the display isn't working right now. And then, of course, we're highlighting the ProDeskSim stuff right here, along with their fuel cutoff down below. We could do this. So everybody can see. I'm going to go a little bit zooming in there. Are they making the sphere sinking? Did y'all see the eyeball with the sphere? let's go ahead and do course on the right. So we're going to go over here and do approach. So we get that on approach, and there's our ILS. So we come in. And we got to get ready for the 3800 is the intercept, and we got that set in check, altitude. That should flip here in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and get the landing gear down. On final, Maple, nice. Landing gear's down. All right, let's go ahead and do approach. And then I always feel like, because like when you get used to the Airbus, I feel like I got to do the FS, for approach, but we don't need to hit it here. Or notch flaps. Don't crash, Maple. Don't crash, Maple. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the auto brake. So auto brake's coming on. You can see right here, and this again is the ProDesk cutoff with the auto brakes. And I'm going to set this to, let's go 2. So you can set that at 2. Perfect. Ooh, she's going kitty wampus. VREF speed was what? What was VREF? VREF was 128. I'm going to go plus 5 because it's a little windy, so we'll go 133. And last notch of flaps coming in. Probably don't want this many flaps, though, when it's this windy. We'll try it. I'm going to go a little faster. I'm going to do one less notch of flaps because it's so windy right now. We got some instability. I don't want to go that slow. We're going to add some airspeed. We're not going to go that slow because we've got these gusting winds. Like you would with any aircraft, you would increase your speed just to give you a little more buffer, a little more little cushion, if you will, just to make sure you're not going too slow. So we're actually going to do flaps 30 here. In fact, we could go back over here and set 131. But I did add a few extra knots. And what I like is we have a disengage button right over here, and so you're going to see me hit this disengage when we get to 500 over here where my finger is. And then I just hit the camera. All right, we got to arm the speed brake before I forget.
Five,
500, disengage. My aircraft.
400.
Auto throttle off.
300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20.
Burst is on. I did float it a bit, but I think we got it. That crosswind was coming on a little bit. All right, and then I love this auto brake coming off. And welcome to Las Vegas, friends. What I love now is I can turn off the landing lights, runway turn-off lights coming on, taxi light coming on, strobe and steady, wing light can come off. Actually, I can leave that one on, wheel wells on. All right, there we go. All right, now we got to watch our friends here. Go ahead and get the parking brake on. So we're going to go ahead and enable the parking brake. Go down here and enable the parking brake. There we go. It's kind of cool. And let's do this. Oh. All right. Let's go to our drone. Different scenery, yeah. That's going to be the problem, right? Let me get back over here. Mr. Martini is in the house. Mr. Martini, sir! Good to see you, Mr. Martini. Welcome to the stream. Welcome one and all. We're on the 1,000 footers just in time for Maple Leaf to land. Of course, that's the problem. I've got the scenery, so this is going to be hard. So we're going to have to rely on Bats. And Bats doesn't have the scenery. Look at him hovering. So that's the problem, but that's okay. I can forego being part of the landing challenge just because I've got the scenery. But look at this windsock. That's why we were crabbing like we were. Look at the that crosswind component. Pretty aggressive. Very aggressive, if you will, friends. Very aggressive. It's like, who was that? Negative 161 for me. Who won the guess there, Eagle Sky? Thank you, Eagle Sky. Negative 160. Here comes, who's that? I don't know if they're with us. Wooded Rain. Negative 161. Thank you, Eagle, for posting that. Eagle posted 161. I got a 7 out of 10 from CP. Bat says, I have scenery, but other brand. Okay, yeah. Well, we got Captain Howdy here and Big Steve, TJ Turner, coming in yet. Here comes Big Steve right now. Here he comes. Look at him crabbing in. You know he's got real weather turned on, friends. So he's crabbing in here along with Captain Howdy, TJ Turner. Look at this. I got to get a screenshot of this. The three of them coming in crabbing. That looks awesome. Negative 112. Nice. Look good, Big Steve. Nice job, Big Steve. Crab. There you go, Mr. Martini. How you doing, Mr. Martini? Good to see you, man. Really good to see you. All right, here comes Captain Howdy and TJ Turner like in tandem here. Look at these guys. They're crazy. Looks like TJ Turner landed a little early. Captain Howdy's looking good. Nice job. Of course, Captain Howdy be flying the Max 8, right? Nice job, Captain Howdy. Now the jury, well, Sample Feline's still coming in. Anyone else, Bats? Who else is landing here? We got turn and burn here. Anyone else? Sample felines coming in. Got Maple over there. I'm going to reload while you guys are getting that situated here. Because we got to do a quick turnaround. Get these all re-switched. All reset. Feline coming in. All right, let's go back to KLAS because we're gonna do our second leg to San Diego. KLAS. And let's see. I think we're going to be taking off a runway 26 right and approaching, we'll do a RNAV Z, I think, for KSAN on 27. So 26 right. So I'll go gate 12 here and reload. Here we go.
You need to set parking brake.
I'm not exiting. I'm just exiting the field just to reload while that's going, Jerry. And I got to reload the sim brief plan. So let me do that quick. So KLAS to KSAN, B737. And we're going to do single class. Let's just make sure this is still showing the same. To get a new whip, yeah. You're on to me. You're on to me. Headed for the casino. You guys, you found me out. All right. Go over here. Sim brief export. Here we go. $9.10. All right. Let me check and make sure our route didn't change. 26 right and 27, so we're still good there. So that makes me feel good. All right. All right, here we go. Now we got all of our stuff reset here. So while you're all preparing, I'm going to get this started up. What I like is I can go down here. I can press menu. And then I can go to PMDG setup and I can load my previous state, panel state. So what I do is I just go next till I find the KLAS. So it's not that one, obviously. Oh, there it was. KLAS to KSAN. So I did that earlier. And I can hit execute. Let's just see if this loads up all right. There we go. You can see my stuff's coming on. And if I go to legs, I've got everything programmed already here. It's just going to take a few seconds to come up, but that's what I love about PMDG is you can load that panel state. Works great. Especially if you need to reset your sim. You don't lose all your time when you like programmed everything, right? I just got to remember where I was in the process of doing all my checklists. BioWhip, yes, Steve. We definitely need to do a break here before we get onto the second leg, right? I think that's only common sense. Look, I got Big Steve down there, almost Aaron. Captain Howdy's coming in. Bat's coming in. It's great to see all of you. Thank you all for joining tonight. Happy Hump Day. I see we've got 30 of you in here in chat. Good to see you, friends. We're only halfway through this. Believe it or not, we've got a whole nother leg. We're going to be flying from, we're going to do a turnaround, and we're going to do from Las Vegas, where we're at right now, to San Diego. And I've got the Latin VFR San Diego scenery, which I do like a lot, by the way. Why is my FMC stuff not on yet? Oh, there it goes. Now it just came on. There we go. Now I feel a little bit more fuzzy and cozy there, SoCal. Steve, a bathroom break and a refresher on the drink is now a BioWhip. Yes. Okay. I think things are kind of going a little... I think it's catching up here. Everything's set there. Let's go up top here. Make sure we've got everything set there, and we have. I don't think I have started the... Well, you know, the APU is running. APU is running. Okay, so I can skip all that. And I think I got my like wheel wells and stuff, so we're going to go ahead and do the wheel well, wing light, and logo. Yeah, those are on. Okay. Fuel, all that stuff is good to go. Initial altitude. Let me double check that. Let me not screw that up this time. Let's go to INET ref. Okay, flight level 300, which you can see right here is flight level 300, so that's good. Don't mess that up again, Symphonic. You did it last time. Initial altitude set. Heading runway takeoff 26. That is not set. So let's go back and set that. So we want our heading at 26 for 26 right. There we go. All right. Elevator trim, let's check that. I think we're good. We're good there. Elevator trim, if I remember, was like 519. I'm just going to get this initially done so I can catch up where I was, and then we'll do a bio break, bio whip, as Jerry said, and then we'll come back and then we'll start the engines and everything. Elevator trim set. Indicated airspeed should be 133, and I think that's already set, and it is. Let's just go ahead and double check. We got 133 on V2. You want to set that to V2, so that looks good. Yaw damper should be on. Fuel pump should all be on. So yaw damper is on. Fuel pumps are all on, so we're good there. Window heat is on. Hydraulics is on. That's all looking good. I think we're about ready, friends. Flight altitude at 300. Landing altitude is 0. That should be right. Flight directors, we got to go ahead and get those turned on. Let's go ahead and turn those on. And if you look right here, you're going to see me flip the switch. Right here, flight director on. You can see that come on. This is, again, the wind control stuff. Beautiful. Probably need to check our barometer setting. So let's go ahead and check that. Let's go over here. Departure KLAS 2982. And yeah, you can see this is 2992. So we're going to go ahead and do 2982. Oop. Starts accelerating there. There we go. 2982. Perfect. All right. I think we're ready. LNAV and VNAV, those need to come on. So let's go ahead and get those on really quick. LNAV, VNAV. In the green. Perfect. LNAV, VNAV, and then auto brake. We'll go ahead and turn on the auto brake, and auto brake set. There we go. Ground connections remove. Let's go down here. And those are removed. We don't have the chock set. I hope we have the parking brake on then. And we do. Okay, that's good. Because our chocks aren't on. All right, parking brake set, and let's go ahead and remove the chocks. Nope, they're already moved. I just said that. And all right, we are ready, friends. We are ready for pushback. Let's take a 7-minute break. We got plenty of time. It's only 9:17. This jaunt back from Las Vegas to San Diego is really not that long. In fact, the block time is only an hour and 15 minutes long. So it's not going to be a long flight back. It's not going to be a long flight back. And so I'll be right back, friends. Go ahead and do a bio break. SoCal needs a bio break. Indeed, he does. He does. So let's take a bio break. I'll be right back in about 7 minutes, 8 minutes tops, friends. Don't go anywhere. We've got 30 Guess we have 24 right now. I can't read. But we'll be right back, friends. Don't go anywhere. We have plenty of stream left, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
They say he's hell on the altimeter. His stall speeds are dead on. Never greases landings cause he doesn't need to. And every crosswind is a calm. Now the rumors he's an FSC kind of mogul. Says it pays for his propeller. I don't know about that, but you can bet he flies with the doors off in hot weather. Cause he's a high-flying country boy in a super cub amphibian.
I saw that. All right, friends. Sorry it took a little bit longer. I hadn't seen my wife all day. And so it was the first time I saw her today. And so I had to give her a little attention, as she so well deserves. You guys know how it is, right? Guys and gals. I saw what? I saw Jerry say, or no, who said it? Oh, yeah, Jerry said the sun will set before he gets back. I saw that. Eagle Sky says, yeah, sun's in my eyes as I get ready to turn final. Oh, there we go. Hey, we're just adding a little bit of an extra challenge here, friends. That's it. All right, friends, glad to be back with you. Let's go ahead and get this thing pushed back, shall we? We shall. All right, here we go. I already had GS. No, I didn't have GSX open. Because I relaunched. Here we go. All right, I think we're ready for push. So we're going to go ahead and set our anti-collision. So we're going to go anti-collision on. And then we're going to go. See, the Phoenix works with this, but we got to do prepare for pushback when we're doing the PMDG. Me too. Like it. I like it for live streams, Steve says. Let's go Southwest. GSX choice. Choice! All right. There we go. Now we got the tug. We got Kansas City. When did Kansas City sneak in here? How's it going, Kansas City? Welcome, welcome. Hello. How's it going? I was just telling my wife, I've been go all day long because I worked, got up, and have been working. I worked through lunch, and then as soon as I got done with my afternoon meeting, it was 5:15, and then I still had stuff to get ready for tonight's live stream. So I worked straight from 5:15 my time till 7:15 when I went live, and we've been going ever since. So I haven't had a single break, friends, today yet. So if my energy level's a little low, a little subpar, that's why. And yeah, it's been a long week. It's about, hey, but I'm here with y'all. I'm here, and we're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting her done. We're getting her done. Locking gear. Symphonic announced the winner. Okay, Jerry. Well, I can do that while they're getting us all connected up here. Let me go to Discord, and let's see who is the winner. What is going on? Oh, I'm getting lifted up. I'm just like, wait, what's going on? Let's see. Landing challenge. Here we go. Landing challenge winners. Oh my gosh. Landing challenge winner is Maple Leaf. Maple actually won it. Congratulations, Maple. Winning the landing challenge tonight on his Xbox. How about that, friends? How about that? All right, we got to get to 2.6. Is it 2.6 right? I think so. So we're going to push back like here. There we go. And, oops, clear. You all hear that? That weird noise?
Release parking brake.
Like, listen to that. And that's something to do with PMDG. Because I don't have that sound if I'm using the Boris Audio Works, so... All right, Aaron, let's go ahead and disengage our parking brake using the ProDeskSim like we're highlighting tonight. So we got the part, and I like that this is matching. They've got this all 3D printed, and it does match. I like the little red light, as you can see there. I don't know, did I have that on? Maybe I didn't have that on. I just turned it off, and you all missed it. Oh, well. Here, the overview, but we had that enabled here. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and push back. Remember, I was making fun of Tashi, and I said it sounds like he's doing a load of laundry. That's what that sounds like. Listen, load of laundry again. Listen, somebody's doing laundry. Must be is Tashi around here? He's doing a load of laundry? Good gravy. All right, we're going to go ahead and go up top here. We're going to go ahead and turn our packs off. Packs coming off, and ground on the right. And using the overhead for that. That noise is obnoxious. I think I'm going to switch back to the to the Boris Audio Works. Sounds like a loaded wallet was left in the pants. That's right, Turn and Burn. Exactly right. That's awesome. All right, and then we're going to inject fuel. So right down here on the panel, we got the fuel cutoff. And let's go ahead and inject fuel. The flop. Come on.
Set parking brake.
Now you can see the parking brake. Now watch. Should I pull this back? I like that they have the red light there. That's a nice touch. All right, and then we can go continuous. And we're going left on left engine on ground. Good gravy. Right, we get to 18. Let's go ahead and you'll watch right here. I'm going to inject fuel. Again, this is using the bridge software that is MobiFlight. And you can actually use a MobiFlight for a lot of stuff. You can use it with WingFlex. You can use it with wind control. RTR Hobby and Rosefire uses it for their stuff. It's pretty powerful. Confirm good engine start. There we go.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Why does it sound like that? JJ Stevens, how's it going? I don't know, man. It's like a bug. It didn't. What in the world? But yeah, I don't know, man. JJ, how's it going, man? Everybody welcome JJ Stevens in. I don't know. It's a bug, but see, it stopped. I think it has to do with like the pushback, and it's a bug. Big fart. That's right, the big fart. All right, and we can go continuous on the left engine. Let's go ahead and Gen 1, Gen 2. Gen 1 up here.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Bypass pin removed.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Thank you. All right, friends. I think we are good. APU can come off now, so we're going to go ahead and turn the APU off. APU coming off. And let's go ahead and runway turn-off lights can come on. Taxi light can come on. Look good. Let's go ahead and turn the APU bleed off and get the packs going again. Get some air for y'all back there. Steve Mallon. Hey, Mustang! Mustang's in the house. Mustang says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mustang. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Taxi lights on. Runway turn-off lights on. Release the probes. Probes coming on. Those lights should come off. Perfect. Flaps set to 5. Let's go ahead and get those set. 5. Set to 5. These are all ProDeskSim as well. Levers there. As you can see, we got the full kit and caboodle. All right. Flaps are set. Taxi lights are on. Runway turn-off lights are on. And we are ready for taxi. Parking brake can come off. Here we go. I want to go over here and turn on our charts. Airport info, and we're going to go taxi over to 26 right. So we're going to zoom on in here as we get over to 26 right. And we're just going to go Bravo, I think. Here we go. Frank Rose is in the house. Frank, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream, buddy. We got people coming in. It's good to see you. Ooh, we got a little uneven terrain here, Frank. How's it going, Frank? Are you working tonight? Frank says, wait till I show you the bypass pin to tell you you are okay. There you go. As Jerry said, Frank, details. Details, buddy. Details. There's Bats. Bats, are you actually flying the 747 or are you flying the C-17? I can't tell. I'm too close to you. Sample feline up there. I'm kind of worried about you guys. You're pointed in the opposite direction. Makes me wonder if I'm going the wrong way. That'd be nothing new, Frank. C-17, all right. Cheers, happy Wednesday, everybody. Sorry, I'm half a zombie tonight. I'm just tired. Been all day. I haven't had a single break yet, but you know what? This is a break, kind of. Be with all of you. I can relax, you know. Suck back on Grandpa's old cough medicine. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, Steve. But again, we're checking out the ProDeskSim stuff that they just sent our ways. I want to say thank you to ProDeskSim for sending us their overhead panel for the Boeing, and then of course the fuel cutoff, the parking brake, and the trim tab part that I got actually mounted underneath my Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. You can see right here. It works magnificently. You just use some 3M command strips, and it's amazing what those things can do. You guys with me or what? It's amazing. It's magic. Magical strips, if you will. Bats right behind us. Frank Rose says the bypass pin is what we put in the nose gear when we push back the plane. With the tug, we have control of the steering. Once the pushback is done, we remove the pin and disconnect the tow bar. Absolutely. That means you're in control, Frank, right? Exactly. Zach over there. Hey, this is an appropriate song. The Boeing song, right? It's appropriate. Man, the TPR pedals are so sensitive. I'm running the Thrustmaster TPR pedals. Steve says, I always wondered how that works. Absolutely. See, got people here that can tell us how things work. We do it every day for 10 hours, yes. Hey, that's what I love about this channel and this community. We got like Frank, a lot of us that are like actually do this for a living or in aviation, either part of the ground crew, actual pilots that fly commercial, just as aviation enthusiasts like we all are here. TJ Turner in the cargo. I bet that's not the plane you're flying, TJ, I'm guessing. Look at those strobes right over here. I love that too. And I am a pilot. You're right, Jerry. Believe it or not, I'm an actual pilot. Yes, sir. All right, we're going to slow down here. Get our clearance from ATC to position and hold. It's my track IR. Oh, look at that. Still working. Oh, in real life, it's been a few years, Jerry. Yeah. I'm not even current right now. All right, we're going to go ahead and enable the parking brake. There we go. Parking brake is enabled. All right. Stereo cockpit, and let's get this bird going. We have got clearance from ATC Auto throttle, we're going to go ahead and arm the auto throttle. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go up here. Auto throttle, love that. Mag switch on the wind control. All right, we got that set. Where am I? I just lost my spot. Oh, there we go. So auto throttle's armed. Landing lights. Let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights. So we're going to go up top, and we're going to watch this all turn on. Landing lights turning on. Wing light is already on. Taxi light can come off. Runway turn-off lights are already on as well. We're going to go strobe and steady up top, and I think that's all good to go. Transponder to TARA, right down here. We're going TARA, and then we want to go ahead and get our chronometer set. And I think we're ready, friends. Here we go. Wheels up, says Jerry. Yes, sir. Right, here we go. Disable the parking brake. And let's give her some throttle. Listen to that hum, that rumble. Love the HyperX, by the way. Sample field line, I see you on the runway. We just been cleared. Position and hold. Position and hold Southwest, November 245, Whiskey, November. All right, here we go. Floor it, Steve says. I'm your Huckleberry, Steve. All right, here we go. We're going to do a rolling start here. 40%. Stabilized and toga. Forward pressure on the Boeing yoke. Until we hit 80 knots and we can release that forward pressure. Let our vertical stabilizer take over directional control. We'll release that forward pressure.
V1, rotate.
Rotate. Pull back on the yoke. Little right rudder. Keep that nose straight down. Got a little bit of a cross, so we got to drop that right wing down a little bit. There we go. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Oh, look at Vegas. Gosh, I love the Flight Tampa scenery, everybody. You got to get it if you don't have it. It just got to. Nose down a little bit. All right, we can go command. There we go. Autopilot engaged. Look at that. Man, I love that scenery. Look at that skyline. I gotta get a screenshot of that, friends. Gorgeous. There we go. There's the sphere over there. The other day it was an eyeball. We'll go ahead and put the flaps all the way up. There's the Rio. Remember when we were at the Rio? Right back there. That's loud. We were back over there. That's where, remember Flight Sim Expo when we were in Vegas? It was at the Rio. How many were at that? There's turn and burn, turning and burning. There's bats. There's our friends. We got sample field line coming up. Turn and burn, bats. Who's back there? I see Kansas City. Gotta get a screenshot of that. With the Vegas scenery back there, bats. I gotta get that and post it in Discord. Here we go. I'm gonna post that in Discord right now. Here it goes. Posted. Just posted, bats. There's Captain Audi back there. I see Captain Audi. Of course, we climbed up to 8,000 feet. That's where we should be. 8,000 or below, it sells. Right here. That's why we stopped climbing. That's why our engine spooled back. You heard that. There's bats up there. It's on like Donkey Kong, friends. I'm gonna give you all a break from my face. How's that? Everybody gets a break from Symphonetics' face. Lots of gamer tags up there. Exactly, Steve. You got that right, brother. You got that right. Now we're climbing again. And we are about above 10,000 feet. And right now we are above 10,000 feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to our ProDeskSim. And we're going to turn off our landing lights. And so they're coming off right now. We're going to go ahead and turn off our wing light, wheel well, leave our anti-collision on. Runway turn-off lights can come off. There we go. So I'm going to talk a little bit more again about the ProDeskSim overhead control, and of course it does all the light functions. It's got the engine start, ignition, all that stuff as you can see here. The fuel cutoff. I love that these can mount right to my entire Bravo throttle quadrant. And by the way, I've got from Flight Sim Factory, I've got the Sky Rail system that's going to do a similar thing from like the wind control stuff. We also have Flight Sim Mods that does a great job, and they partner well with us. And like all these options that we have, friends, you can never have too many options. But this actually does work really well. But again, it's about it's $199, so $200 for this panel. Is it as high a quality as wind control? No. But it's also cheaper than some of the other products out there that you would get this type of thing, right? And I am pretty excited that ProDeskSim has ventured into the standalone. This is a standalone. It hooks up a USB-C on the side there, right over here. As does the standalone fuel cutoff switch in this module. That is also a standalone. It's down here below. That module, you know, I was going to check and tell you all what that, I just forgot how much that module is. It's $109. So, you know, this stuff certainly isn't cheap. It works effortlessly. One of the things that you want to make sure if you aren't used to MobiFlight, because I had actually played around with it, because if you load a profile, you load, like when I was loading the overhead panel, and then when I switched to the fuel cutoff, it would actually unload this module. So this no longer worked, and then this one worked within the simulator. I'm like, wait, what the hell? So what you actually have to do is in MobiFlight create a new project. I probably should do a video on this once I figured it out. You create a new project. It used to be called you merge the profiles together, but you essentially got to take the, there's an interrupt for the USB port, like a COM port or serial port. You got to have this feed into one project, and then this feed into the same project. You merge those together, and you load a new project, name it whatever, and then they both work as long as you don't conflict. I actually think they are conflicting with my wind control because this display isn't working. The buttons work, but the display isn't working. It could be something else, but they don't have their own software package, so they use MobiFlight to run it. It works. It's just a little bit of a nuance to get it all working together because I got two modules. I want them both to work. It's not like I'm going to be switching them back and forth when I'm flying. That would really reduce or destroy the the immersion, right? But once you get that figured out and working, like the switches are actually metal switches underneath. They're plastic on the top, but they're metal underneath. The actuation feels really good, but this is like hollow plastic. So there's not much weight to it. There's an advantage to that, though, right? That's why I can use 3M tape or 3M command strips and have it pretty rock solid on top of this thing. But I do like the fact that it's all one freaking unit. I love it. I can just take this and put it up on my stand once I get off my desk. This is all connected with the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. There's the other thing I was going to mention. There's a plate underneath here that this actually slides into, and you can latch it on, and that works pretty well too. I'll do a deeper dive and video in it. So those of you that are interested in picking this up, you can see more detail on it. And I do have a short I posted yesterday or the night before with some close-ups of it. Is the cost for 200 versus being 100 or something lower? I honestly, 200 is... I hate to try to compare it with the wind control stuff because I think the wind control stuff is so low cost that it almost isn't fair to compare some of these products against wind control, because wind control you just can't beat them on a value. Wind control's got the best value of anything other than the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, in my opinion, for what you get, for the functionality in that. But it's a great question. 200's a bit pricey for this thing. I don't think it's outrageous, honestly, for what you get, and but at the same time, I think I would like a little bit more, it to be a little more solid than you get for that 200 price point. I think a fair price probably would be, in my humble opinion. Of course, they got to make a profit on this. You got a lot of switches here. They got R&D, all the printing material and stuff, which isn't actually probably that much for the filament, right? For the 3D printing on this thing. I think 200 is probably fair. It's a little pricey. I think probably if they came in, they wanted to be like truly competitive with some of the other stuff that's out there, I'd probably suggest like $150 price point, in my humble opinion. But they can set any price they want. But when you compare it to like the ProDeskSim stuff that you have with like these add-on levers, and they're being like $120, and some of them like $80, $90. Probably not too far off, but I 200 isn't. I don't feel like they're price gouging at 200, but I also don't feel like they're giving you any kind of deal either. My personal opinion, when I have all of this hardware that I've tested out and I use every time we do live streams and that, comparatively speaking, I think a fair price would probably be like maybe 150, maybe 160. 200 seems a little steep, but it is new. It's entry. They might have sales and stuff like that, I would suspect. I don't know. Did that answer your question, Captain Howdy? If you do a lot of flying, what else do you have as an option, right? What else do you have as an option until wind control comes out with something? So I bet there's a little bit of that strategy too, right? Before others get out there, it's like, well, let's get it at a higher price point, and then as competition comes and there's other products out there, whether it's from wind control or other things, then they'll probably reduce that price point, and you can't blame them. I'm just excited that they're all of these options. I think it's a good thing we got these options. 120 sounds fair to me if you're going plastic, not metal. Yeah. And I still gotta wonder, Captain Howdy, like, I don't know what their production's like. I know in the past, ProDeskSim was getting kind of danged on how long it took them to get stuff out the door. You have these 3D printers printing this kind of stuff. Doesn't just happen like it does happen overnight, right? It happens overnight, but it takes time for that. It's not like I don't know how much mass production, how many printers they have, how much stuff is running at once. They've got a lot of different stuff that they have that they manufacture. I don't know if they're doing they have an actual facility or if it's out of a garage. I have no idea. They have good products. The other thing that the biggest concern thing I have for some of this stuff that's light, it's 3D printed and it's plastic, when it has these parts and electronics, is what is the whole, what is the durability? Like, is this stuff going to hold up over time, right? Even the Bravo throttle quadrant, it's kind of that same kind of deal. I guess I need to hit STD there. But again, is it going to hold up? Man, we're already at top of climb. We probably already passed our top of descent. No, we're 83 nautical miles away. 0311. I got to keep an eye on that. Let's see. Say about 8 minutes. But standard, yes. Thanks, SoCal Jerry. Look at that. That sky. I should build a cockpit. Yes, Frank. I think I should, my friend. I really do think. Actually, I'm going to have my brother help me with that, Frank, I think. He's a aerospace engineer. He's truly a rocket scientist, and he could do it. But like I've talked about before, Frank, with my brother, he'll go to the nth degree. Like what was it? Not Providence, because he didn't go to Providence. When we were going to Vegas, I was like, bro, we should build a cockpit for me. And then he started going, yeah, we could do a centrifuge, and we could like add G-forces and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, let's not go overboard. Steve says 3D printing is slower than I would have thought. Yeah, it's really slow. And so, I'm sure to make one of these units, I'm sure they've got multiple 3D printers, right, that they're running to do these. But, the time it takes to build this and then all the switches and stuff, and they got to turn a profit. They got to make the time worth their while. They're not, I bet they're not, they're pushing these out like in the, 20s, 50s, 100s out the door, in a week. It's going to take them time to make these, and they got to make it profitable. So I honestly, again, I don't think 200 is insanely outrageous. I do think it's a little high. Again, I'm going to stand by my maybe 150. Captain Audi says 120. I don't, again, you can vote with your wallet. That's the good news. If you think it's too much, you don't buy it, and that's fine. I do like it, though. I will say this. I do like it. I am actually rather impressed with it. When they sent it to me, I was like, I didn't even ask for this to be shipped to me. They just sent it to me. I got a notification in my email that an order has been placed with ProDeskSim. I'm like, oh, what's this? And they've actually got another couple standalone modules they're going to be sending my way. I am trying to get the overhead panel from Rosefire that actually has, it's similar to the, have you guys seen that? That looks pretty impressive. That actually, you can mount to a VESA stand. And I asked Rosefire about it because they sent me a couple of three of their, actually RTR Hobby sent me their A106, which is a very, very compact overhead panel for the Airbus. Then I got the A107 V2, and then they sent me the A107 V3. I actually do like that overhead panel. In fact, I saw Two-Tone Murphy just recently did a video on it. I do like it. It's not as good as the WingFlex in my opinion, but it's still pretty damn good, and it's half the price, so there you go. I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's worth doing another twice the price to get an overhead panel from WingFlex, even though WingFlex is better. Is it double the price worth? I don't know. Depends on how much you make and how much you want to spend. But I do want to get their Boeing overhead panel because that looks impressive. Of course, it has like all the light switches too, right? Just kind of like the WingFlex has all the light switches and stuff. So I might need to work on Rosefire. In fact, I think Rosefire is going to be at Flight Sim Expo. So we'll have to see if they're there. I can talk to them. Frank Rose says, you have to do a overseas flight from JFK to London one day overnight and arrive in the morning. There you go, Frank. We have done well, I guess it was a London to Heathrow. It was London Heathrow to, where did we fly, friends? Was it Miami, or did we actually fly to, was it Duals Airport? I can't remember. We did one of those long-haul flights over the pond there, Frank. It's kind of fun. I know I get a lot of requests to do long-haul flights, too. SoCal Jerry says, everyone has Sim's shipping address. Quite simple. Just get something shipped to Ames with Symphonic on the ship, too. Yeah. Request for ATS also. Yes. Yeah, Bats. Yeah, SimPanel. That was the other one. SimPanel sent us stuff, which is great. Well, so what I'm hearing, Bats, is there's going to be a Shenanigans ATS get-together this Friday. And we're going to be highlighting the newly released Illinois add-on scenery that's going to get bats again. That's getting released tomorrow, right? So that'll be a fun time. I'll tell you what. When we do American Truck Simulator streams, it always gets a good turnout. We should do. I keep saying that, I know, but we really should do more of those. And this isn't on me by any means, right? I mean, of course, it's not on me. How could it be? But yeah, we really do. Moza, that's the other thing. Moza. Oh man, love Moza stuff. I mean, obviously love the wind control stuff, but Moza's just amazing. That sunset as we fly west. We got about 2 minutes and we're going to start our descent into San Diego, friends. We're about 42 nautical miles out from our top of descent. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is going to be the RNAV Z approach. I'm going to load it up here in my sim brief to see what we have our minimums at. All right, here we go. RNAV Z. Looks like we're going to start our step down at 3,200 feet. Looks like our RMP is at 624 feet, so we'll say 650. 650 feet. A-Rick West back there. It's good to have you flying with us, A-Rick, along with Sampled Feline, Captain Howdy. Bats is flying with us tonight, as many of you are. As always, there's almost Aaron over there, off to our right. Evil Eagle Sky up there. There's Bats, along with Steve. Straight ahead, TJ Turner. And, of course, Kansas City over there, my good friend, Kansas City. Partners in crime when it comes to the Chiefs. Many of you probably think, yep, they're crime. But we'll see how they do this next NFL season. All right, we are approaching top of descent. Let's go ahead and check. We're 30 nautical miles out. So I'm going to go ahead and set. This is what I love about the PMDG, or the Boeing, rather, as opposed to the Airbus. We can go ahead and just set this early. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do our step down at 3,200. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this down to 3,200. I mean, we can do that about any time, but we're going to go ahead and do that now. And then what I love is when we hit that top of descent, right down over here where it says top of descent, 27 nautical miles out, what's going to happen is we don't have to hit a button like we do with Airbus. It'll just start gliding down. It'll pull the throttles back automatically because we have our auto throttle that's armed over here, of course, just like we have right here with the magnetic switch. And I do like that. JJ Stevens says, Symphonic, I need you to say War Eagle. War Eagle! Is that what you needed? Did that work? War Eagle! How do you want me to say it? Are you like capturing my voice, JJ? Are you going to use AI and make me say something? A flight to England would be cool. Yes, Steve. Yes, sir. Yes, it would. And JJ says yes. No. Auburn. Steve from France or Ireland? There you go. There's a question, Jerry. Yeah. I got a question for Captain Howdy. Captain Howdy, are you going to get the PMDG for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? Because I think you had... Remind me, you had this. You have at least one or two versions of the 7.3, right, for 2020, and you can just pay a few extra dollars to get the aircraft. I actually think it's worth it. As much as I don't like their pricing scheme, Vegas to San Diego, yeah, SoCal. There you go. That is what we're doing. I know a lot of you aren't exceptionally happy with how PMDG has done their pricing model. I'm with you on that. I agree with you. He has all the PMDG planes, but for 2020, right? He doesn't have them for 20. Oh, wait, I bought them both in 2020. Oh, you did? Okay. You just like the Max 8 that much, right, Captain Howdy? That's why you're flying that tonight, not the PMDG. I really like the PMDG. I do like the iFly as well, obviously. The Max 8's cool. Ireland, so I can see my people. Triple sevens, yes. I've got the. A lot of you know this. I've got the 200 and 300 ERs. I don't have the freighter version of the 777. I never did pull the trigger on that, Jerry. Pulled the friends and family, and they said Max 8. Okay. Max 8's a great plane. I know I've been flying when we do Boeing right now, Captain Howdy and the rest of you. I've really been focused on the PMDG just because, you know, it was released and was excited about it, but probably about time to do the iFly again. I'm sure I'm going to have to update it. I do like the fact that iFly does continuously upgrade and update their planes. You know, there was a recent update for PMDG as well. And, you know, as much as I don't like their pricing model, I do like their pay. I love the PMDG planes. I honestly do. They're really good. I really love the fact that the performance of them right now is just incredible. In 2024, they've really improved the performance with the native 2024 version. I think they did a good job on it. As long as it took them to get it out, but at least they got it done and it's out. Anyone else notice that when Sim went off camera, the viewer count went up? I kind of noticed that too. Here we go. We're starting our descent. I just attributed it to Captain Howdy. I contributed it to the fact that it's late night and, you know, the wives went to bed, and so now everybody's jumping on. Clearly couldn't be my noggin, right? Or it could be. I'd love to have the Max 9. In due time, I'm sure. In due time. Frank Rose says, sorry, my friend. My lead just called me going to load the 777-300 going to London. No worries, Frank. Let's give it up to Frank in chat, friends. Thank you, Frank, for joining us. Frank has been with us for a long time, and Frank, appreciate you dropping in, doing a like. If you haven't done a like, please remember to do it before you take off and load that 777-300, Frank. But Frank, great to have you here. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Frank's our friend, our neighbor up in Canada. He works for Air Canada. And a great friend, Frank. Thanks again for being here and for your continued support as well, my friend. Very good to have you. Have a great rest of your week, Frank. Maybe we'll see you on Saturday for a GA flight. We're going to do a giveaway Saturday, I think. Remember? I said we're going to do a GA. We're going to do a GA flight on Saturday. We're going to do a giveaway. Thanks to Johnny Mon, hell of a guy, because he did like 2. He gifted 20 memberships, and I'm like, all right. But I need to figure out with Johnny Mon what he wants to do for a giveaway for GA. So, because I told him it's his call, and he's got to figure out the flight too, Eagle. So everybody, watch for the giveaway. There's going to be something. It's going to be a GA plane. We just got to figure out what we're flying. And that'll be Saturday, so don't miss it, people. Don't miss your chance for some free software, free airplane. Jerry says I've been chatting with him. That can't be good. That can't be good. Oh, the horror. I see we got 30 on right now. Thank you, friends, for joining us. Happy Wednesday night. If you haven't done so already, you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and do join us on Saturday. As I was just mentioning, we are doing a giveaway. We're going to be giving away something that is a plane. That's a general aviation plane. If you are a GA fan, you definitely don't want to miss Saturday night stream because we're going to be doing a giveaway. It's been a while. It's been too long since we've done a giveaway. I blame myself. But don't miss that. It'll be 7:30 Central Daylight Time. I think that's right? CDT. I always get CST mixed up with CDT, people. But we'll definitely do a giveaway of an aircraft. And what I love about doing giveaways for aircraft is you can use them all the time, unlike scenery. Eagle says, I like the NGs, but I love Max planes. Yeah. Well, friends, we have begun our descent into San Diego. Flying the PMDG Flying the PMDG 737-700. And we have been highlighting the ProDeskSim. Show it here again for those of you who might have just joined. The overhead panel along with the fuel cutoff with the parking brake, the auto brake, the trim, and yeah, it's good stuff. A little pricey, but good. 110 for the fuel cutoff, 199 for the overhead. But it works. It's functional. It works. MobiFlight actually adds to the immersion. I've got it all mounted, as you saw. I've got it all mounted to my Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. I do like the fact I got all this mounted together. Go and zoom in here. Here we go. So, been hung up here. Okay, so we've got the panel here, right there, and so you can see it's got all the fixins, and I've got it mounted right on top. And I'm using, and then of course that's a ProDeskSim handles, and then down below we've got the cutoff, the parking brake here, cutoff, and all that stuff. Good stuff. Back over here. Hello. Sorry about that. Gosh, everybody's like peaceful, and I go do something obnoxious, like I always do. DJ. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. We don't do enough night flights, do we? SoCal Jerry says, Sim, you need a USB hub on the Bravo and the extra devices wired to it. Yeah. I've actually got one right underneath it, Jerry. You can't see it. I actually mounted a USB hub right under my desk, right under the, close to under the Honeycomb Bravo. Actually, that's where Jerry, I put my new hub that I ordered. Look at this thing sway back and forth. It's like I don't have a yaw damper on, but it is on. You can all see it right up here. See? It's on. Goodness sakes. Let's go ahead and get this ready for... anybody have the wins for San Diego? Captain Howdy? Anyone? Bueller? I want to see what we might be running into, if we can do flaps 40 or if we're going to have to do 30 again. We'll do 40 for now, 129. But I'm rocking quite a bit left and right. We got some turbulence here coming in. Try resetting it? Oh, okay. We can try it. I blame you if I go down in a blazing ball of fire. Yeah, it's worth a try. 330 at 8, and it's not gusting, SoCal and Captain Howdy? Interesting. STD, let's see what we have for our weather. Weather, what's the weather? What's the weather going to be? Bum, 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 dun, dun, dun. Okay, KSAN is 3003. So we're going to go down here, hit our STD button. STD, boom, and 3003. Is that what it said? 3003. Right here. Get it plugged in. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. 3003. There we go. Okay. Down and ready at runway 27, says Bats. Awesome. See this plane a-rockin'? Don't come knocking. Fellas, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, if you will. And oh, I will. Unable 270 knots at Trixie. Right, well. Fine, computer. Hey, who can get this movie reference? Hello, computer. Computer. Hello, computer. Just use the keyboard. Keyboard. How quaint. Who can guess that movie? Keyboard. How quaint. FS Hub is cool now. You can look at anyone's analysis. Nice. I will be right back. Give me 1 sec. I'll be back at in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. 2001, A Space Odyssey? Nope, Jerry, that is not right. Keep guessing. I'll be right back. All right. Anybody want to guess what I just did? Pretty easy, actually. Did I miss another movie question? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. BioBreak. That's a good guess. Small bladder. Oh, not me, Jerry. All right, we're going to put our landing lights on, so let's go ahead and check this out again, the ProDeskSim. We're going to go ahead and do the landing lights on, and here we go. Look at that. We're going to go ahead and turn our wing light on, and our wheel well coming on, and there we are. Just like so. Yeah, look at that. That light reflection. I love that. Read live chat. Bats. Star Trek 4. You got it, Bats. Nice job. Bats, give that guy a silver dollar. He just got it. You got it, Bats. Nicely done. You did get it, my friend. It's actually... It's such a non-standard movie, but for Star Trek, as far as Star Trek goes, but I love that movie. Steve Mountain says, Dino Nuggets. Yes, Steve. Needs me Dino Nuggets. 240. And we'll go ahead and drag required. Let's go ahead and put in our spoilers. Get this thing slowed down a little bit. 630. Let's go down to 700. Go 6. All right, let's go ahead and take our spoilers out. Nothing like a little late night fly-in here. San Diego. Love San Diego. Been there several times. I know our good friends Jerry and Bats. I'm sure they've been there many a times. SoCal Jerry says, I haven't had any whips tonight. Shame on you. Actually, that's good, man. That's good. Look at that. Those are bright lights. They must be LEDs. Exactly, Steve. Yeah, I see Eric West back there, Captain Audi, TJ Turner. And you can see we got a nice approach coming in here, right here. Oops. Right here, turning to the right on that RNAV. Things are looking pretty good right now. So we turn in, making our approach. And we need to start slowing down. So we're going to go ahead and add some flaps in. I'll go ahead and enable drag required. The R and T are next to each other on the keyboard, so they could get hit at the same time unintentionally, yeah. Oh, dang, iPad. We're going to zero in on this 10. What I was talking about there is I just moved this TFC. That's traffic. I just moved that down. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn stereo cockpit. Go approach. All right, we are on final. Glad I'm not the only one having iPad issues. I do want to take a moment to thank all of you for continuously enjoying us. Thank you, CP65. You threw me off there. I want to take a moment to say thank you for enjoying us. Joining us is what I meant to say, CP. Thank you for the jet crash there, buddy. It's always a pleasure to be with you all through the week, through the weekend. Right. Or notch. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. Gear coming down. Look at that. We're all counting on you. I was just talking to a coworker, Jerry, about that. Like, just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the nameplates for now. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you all. I'm going to try to make you all proud of me. We'll see what we can do here. Our VREF, again, is 129, so we're going to go 134 on that. Single channel we just intercepted. So we are on the localizer. And you can see this just went green right here. You look right here, that went green. So we're tracking nicely. We want that magenta diamond to be right in the center like it is. And we're tracking nicely there. I'm really happy about this so far. Let's go ahead and enter another notch flaps. Bring her down, down, down to Chinatown. Let's go ahead and enable our speed brakes. We're gonna go 3 here. So like, what? Check this out. So I'm gonna do 3. You can see on this ProDeskSim, I can switch this back and forth. So we're gonna go 3. Yeah, we'll go max. What the hell? Yeah, we'll go 3. All right, and let's go down to 129. 129, and we'll go full flaps. Again, this is considered one of the tougher landings here, so we'll see how we do. Nothing like grabbing an orange whip before you land, right? At San Diego. 1,000 feet. Stabilize. We're gonna go. We're gonna disengage the autopilot here, right over here, on our FCU on the wind control. Once we get a little bit closer. A lot of times I like to hit that about 500. Again, this is the Latin VFR scenery. Going to stick the landing like a lawn dart, Steve says. Absolutely, brother. Look at this. This looks amazing. I love this scenery from Latin VFR. And I don't... There we go. 500. We're going to go ahead and disengage. My airplane.
400.
And we got this little bit of a valley and area here that we got to drop down in.
300. 200.
And I just like to kind of keep it kind of close, not too far down.
100.
Got a little low, I know, but you're going to see why I do this. All right, let's go ahead and disable auto throttle. $50, $30, $20, $10.
Airspeed low.
think I hit a little early, didn't I? All right, let's go ahead and pull out the auto brakes. Welcome to San Diego. I think I went a little bit too early. 8 out of 10 from CP. Thank you, CP. All right. Everyone's hitting early, yeah. Even as FS Hub shows it, is that right? Track IR still working? Oh yeah, look at that. All right, let's go ahead and do runway turnoff lights. Look at this. Look at that. Ah, love that. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. You do that all night. Did I hit a small truck? I hope not, Steve. I don't think so. Who's that right up there? Oh, that's Captain Howdy. Man, he looked like he was coming in hot. Evo Ego Sky up there, TJ Turner. Oh, there goes Kansas City. And some TJ Turner is mounting me. That's pretty typical. TJ usually does like to mount me for whatever reason. Oh boy, I just derailed. Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. There goes CP. He says, wow. He's always... Am I really amazing you still at this point, CP? I mean, really? There's Eric West. Good to see Eric. Look at him come in. That lovely Alaskan Airlines livery there. Look at... Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Suppose I can turn off my runway lights. Or my landing lights. Let's get up to Captain Howdy. Oh, I forgot my taxi light. That ought to help. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I forgot to turn. Look at my taxi light was off. I'm like, oh, that might help. Duh. I'm just gonna sit here and like do this all night. Turn my landing lights. There we go. Turn them off. Sorry, people. I just got a little excited about flipping the controls at the ProDesk overhead panel here. FS Hub is great with helping and judging the landings. Yes, it is. CP says it happens. It happens. It does. Let's roll right into here. How many of you have the Latin VFR version of this? I love this airport scenery. All right, we're going to go ahead and enable the parking brake now, right down here. Parking brake coming on. There we go. Taxi light come off, runway turn off light off. Wing light, wheel well come off. And we are going to... Oh, I never turn on the APU. Let's go ahead and turn the APU on. APU on. So notice it pops back up here, but we're going to wait a few seconds and we're going to hit it again. And notice it didn't pop back up. If I hit it again, did it come back up? I don't think it did. But you can manually manipulate. That's one thing I think they need to improve on this, because that, as you can see, it didn't actually move. I don't see them for others, Jerry said. All right, there we go. Back over to APU. All right, let's go ahead and disengage the engines and our fuel cutoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cutting engine number 2. Cutting engine number 1. There we go. You do have premium gas? All right, friends. Well, that is... do we have everybody that's landed here, Bats and everybody? Do tell. We bring this up here. Let's go to drone. And... Oh, it looks like we've got Captain Howdy still coming in. Let's go over here. Look at this beautiful city. San Diego. Feline coming in. Awesome. All right, I'm getting over here, Bats. I'm with you. All right, well, we've got, it looks like we got Sample Feline and Captain Howdy coming in here. Oh, gosh. Uh-oh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I think Sample Feline... Hey, don't worry, Sample Feline. It happens to the best of us, brother. It happens to the best of us, okay? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, we got Captain Howdy still coming in. Captain Howdy hasn't landed? How is Captain Howdy so far back? There you go, Jerry. Redeeming the explosion. There you go. Oh, you're on replay. Oh, okay, I see. 87 octane. Head Sample Feline's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm trying it again. I'm doing it again. Oh, that was replay. Oh boy. You know what? It happens. It happens. All right, friends. Well, you know what? It's time for Mr. Symphonetics. I just call myself Mr. I don't know if that's right. But it's time for my Dino Nuggets. Friends, I do appreciate you all joining tonight. Happy Wednesday night. I wish you all the best, and I do look forward to this Saturday. We're going to be doing a giveaway for some GA airplane, so don't miss out on that Saturday night. Same time like we always do, 7:30 CDT. And don't miss out on that, Mustang. Almost Aaron, Steve, all the rest of yous. But friends, so good to be with you tonight. Thank you so much, honestly, for your support. Appreciate it. Thank you, Real CFF, for the $12 dono, TNT for the $5, all the rest of you, Jerry, and actually we had Captain Howdy, my own moderator, finally became a member of the channel. How about that? Let's give him a little bit of a golf clap, shall we? Yeah, let's do it. Let's give him a golf clap. No, I do appreciate it, Captain Howdy. I do, honestly. I mean that. Turn and Burn, good to see you, man. I'm going to be doing the call-outs for the top 10 fans here as I close out. Winner posted, says Bats. Who is the wiener? Let's see. Let's see. Landing challenge winner tonight is, drumroll, Captain Howdy! Captain Howdy, no surprise there. Go get yourself a Dino Nugget, Captain Howdy, on me. Friends, it's great to see you. Steve Mallon, SoCal, Jerry Batts, Turn and Burn, Steve Mallon, Mustang 302, Almost Aaron, and all the rest of you that I'll be calling out in a minute. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week. Stay safe, and I'll see you on Saturday, friends. Good night, my friends. Love you all. See you soon. See you, Eagle. All right, time to call out the top 10 tonight for the top fans. All you got to do is engage. That's all you got to do, friends, in chat. All right, coming in number 10. I think he's gone already, but he's probably in his own timeout corner in Discord. But it's our good friend Maple Leaf. Give it up to Maple, number 10. Yeah, Turn and Burn, you were so close. You're just one away from that 10 spot. Coming in at number 9 is Test Pilot at 911RG. Thank you, Test Pilot. Coming in at number 8 is Almost Aaron with number 7, Eagle Sky Evil. Coming in at number 6, CP65. 65. Good job, CP. And coming in at number 5 is our good friend, and he won it tonight on this at San Diego. Our good friend, Captain Howdy. Again, Captain Howdy, thank you for that membership in. It's about time. No, I do appreciate it, truly. Congratulations, man. Who did the explosion? That probably was Captain Howdy. Yep, it was. Nice job, Captain Howdy. And coming in, actually, Captain Howdy, you were at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is SoCal Jerry. Jerry! Good to have you on board with the moderator group, Jerry. And coming in at number 3 is our good friend Bats. Bats, thanks again for doing the landing challenge. Coming in number 2, Steve. Man, you got it, number 2. Good job, Steve, at number 2. And drumroll, coming in at number 1 is not the fake, but the real deal. It's the real CFF. Thanks again for the donos, real CFF. Thanks to all of you. Again, I appreciate you all. Love you all. Stay safe. Blue skies. We'll see you soon. See you on Saturday, friends. Good night.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. They let you down, but you get up. They let you drown, but thirst and desire.